Hello! Oh, I think that's too loud. Hold on. Hey, everyone. Let me turn my volume down just a little bit. Hello. All right. Hey. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Hello! I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. How are you all doing? What is new and exciting? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Ice Bunny, and also Krellin. I want to see what happens if I put my, what do you call it? A microphone over here on this side. I feel like you can still hear me. Sorry, I moved my microphone. I am experimenting on having it on this side and seeing if I like that, because maybe I do. My brother's cat just fell off my entertainment center, and then he slipped trying to walk from a chair into a windowsill. Your cat is a doof. Why is your cat so doofuslistic? Also, I'm going to take off my headphones for a second. So, how's everybody doing? You had a sloth day? That's excellent. It's important to have a sloth day every once in a while. I did not have a sloth day because I'm currently in the midst of recruitment season for our master's programs. We've admitted people, and now we're waiting to see if they want to arrive. And I have got so many emails to do. And I even brought my email inbox down by a lot, but I still have a lot to do. So, my teacher can't. Yes. Oh, the kitten is bigger than him. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. Why do you think? Why did your teacher cancel class as well? I have things I want to share with you all. Do I really? I do. I feel like I have things I want to say before any stream stuff happens. So why did your teacher cancel class? Ice Bunny, why? Because okay. Oh. Teachers do get sick, but I still teach anyway. I almost never cancel class. I think even when I'm sick, because I teach, Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, the non-teaching days, I'll just be asleep the entire time, then get up, teach for my time period, and then immediately go back to sleep. Kitten's breed is a 13, 14-pound breed. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. That's impressive. Gang, I know we have some game to play, but I want to talk to you all about something. Guess what I did today? Last night at 4 in the morning, which is still technically today, although I don't really think of something as being today until you wake up. So, yeah. But I wrote letters to the cast of Night Witches. I wrote each one a letter, and I gave them the gift. What did you do? Oh, okay, I have to guess. Krellin, yesterday you went and exchanged secrets, Romanian state secrets, with the Lithuanians in an espionage sort of trade-off. That's what you did yesterday. I'm already wrong. Dang it. Oh, fair. That is fair. Well, I was thinking that there was espionage, that's all. Or her kid got sick and we just have to stay 1 week longer. Oh, yeah, if we cancel class, we don't get extra time in the US. We don't. If class is canceled, that is just so sad for you. No makeups. None at all. Which is the worst, which is why I hate it when class is canceled. Hey, Sir San. Work and lurk. You might get distracted. That is something that happens here. Oh, you watched the Night Witches VOD. Krellin. Hey, Levi. Also, it's good to see you, sir. I hope you enjoyed the Night Witches VOD. What words do you have, Krellin? What words do you have? I want you to know that I wrote these letters to the cast to sort of thank them for being in the show. And do you know what happened? I wrote them all in cursive, and I have not written cursive in years. So I think my letters are, oh, yeah, those are words, right? Alexei, you, Boris, those are words. Those are words. Yeah. Yeah. Then I would not have had a mandatory class because the main teacher got sick from his meds. Yeah, we don't. If as a teacher I'm sick, I hope my TA can cover it for it because we don't get makeup classes. Yeah, Alexei, you, Boris. You know how it is, right? And the player's just like, I'm going to take this mark. And you're like, really? Yeah. She only had it for like 10 minutes before. Hey, you know, when the opportunity presents itself. And also, hey, TiVo, welcome in. I got to tell you, I did not make her take that mark. She picks the mark. And then that was her choice. You know, she had other marks she could take. She did not take them. Hey, do you want to hear something? Maybe I can, hold on. Maybe I can, I have access to things. Where's my, I'm going to log in to Roll20 and I'm going to tell you something, .net. Hey, the OGM. Well, it doesn't say I have to kill them immediately. It means I just have to kill them. And I was just waiting for the right moment to do so. And then I got it, and then I killed her. I know, I did get someone to punch her, then I didn't use it, because I wanted a bit of a fake out. I was very excited for the fake out. I was like, oh, no. I got this one. Here. So this is what is left. Let me see, where's Lena's character sheet? So Lena's character sheet, let's just look at what mark she has left. So she currently has 1, 2, 3, 4. She has 5 open marks, and she took suffer the death of a friend or a lover. So that was that one. You know what she has? Am I an evil GM? I feel like I'm a friendly and chai-giving GM. You know, I feel like I'm just like I give people presents, gifts. Just, you know, like, what would you like for a present? Death? Sometimes, you know, you give them death. So these are the marks that Lena still has open. Welcome back, TiVo. Witness the death of a comrade. She hasn't taken that one yet. Just yeah, right? Hero of the Soviet Union. That's crazy. We have a hero of the Soviet Union in our troop now. Ooh. Somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel that somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Thank you so much for the follow, Juvenile. Thank you. I have seen you around so long. It is so nice to have you here as a follower. You are follower 389. When we get to 500 followers, I'm going to do a stream in Pig Latin. It will be a visual novel, so there'll be subtitles. But I'm going to do a stream in Pig Latin. So thank you for the follow. I know I wanted to make a big deal. I was like, oh, we're running out of time. That made me sad. Ice Bunny will never have another chai latte without thinking about, oh, good, I'm glad. Yeah, it is such a big deal. Here, the Soviet Union is such a huge deal. And Irina got it. Like, that's a big deal. That is a big deal. So the marks that Lena has open are witness the death of a comrade, tell a self-aggrandizing lie, acquire a dread or superstition, tell a war story, embrace death, and face your final destiny. That's the one where you die. It's interesting because each playbook has a slightly different set of marks. So for example, Irina, what does she have open left? She has, for marks, she has, she doesn't have a lot of marks. She only has, suffer the death of a friend or lover, witness the death of a comrade, give your aircraft a personality, tell a war story, embrace death. Titania, I think she's a lot open. I don't know yet what visual novel. I haven't decided. Oh, Titania's a lot. She hasn't taken a lot of marks. Suffer the death of a friend or a lover. Inform the authorities. Publicly shame a comrade. Earn a medal you don't deserve. Put safety before love or duty. Advance and grow. Tell a story of home. Embrace death. Oh, there are actually a bunch of Buchholzes in Germany. There's more than two. There are quite a few, actually. And did I do... Oh, and then Nick. I have already done Doki Doki Literature Club. Already did it. Already done. Actually, marks can be retroactive. She could. You can. Your mark can be either something that happened in the past, something that happens right now, or something that happens in the future. It's up to the player. They can choose which one they want. Hello, Crit Witch. Just an evil GM. So you can. And as a matter of fact, I think you can do something like, so like Veronica, she had witnessed, oh no, I think it was Anasova. She had witnessed the death of a comrade, and the death of the comrade was sort of like her pilot. You know, I'm just saying she didn't have to pick that one, but she did. She just has to let me know. It is a good game. I really enjoy Doki Doki. No, there are a couple of Buchholzes, actually. When the player takes a medal, are there there is an order. There is an order to take them in. You have to... so each playbook has a different set of medals that they can earn. So they're different. Some of them are the same, but some of them are different. I believe they all end with Hero of the Soviet Union, but which ones you get in between is a different. And you have to take them in order. So the only way to get the Hero of Soviet Union is you would take all three beforehand. And so each one will be a little bit different. We did, as a matter of fact. So the next motto is to kill Hitler, maybe. Yeah, I am so sorry about that, Krellin. No, you don't have to leave. We played it. You don't have to leave. Yeah, Doki Doki is one of the things where you should definitely have trigger warnings. It's one of the reasons why we have, is it trigger? No, I think it's warning. Or maybe it's warnings. Or it's, hold on, what is it? What is my command? My command is, maybe it's safety? No, that wasn't it. It's, hold on a second. I'm gonna figure it out. Because it's on my channel's page. Quote, no, that's not it. What is it? Hold on, I will find out. Commands, my command is... content. That's what it is. It's content. So I have a content warning in case people, so, you know, if there's, and what was pretty good, I mean, because I didn't know what was happening in Doki Doki, but there were some people who had watched it who sort of let us know. So that was good. But still, that is not a thing you want to surprise people with, because that can be upsetting to people. Yeah, so Nick has the following marks still open. Suffer the death of a friend or lover, witness the death of a comrade, share a premonition, ignore a problem until it overwhelms, change posts for the wrong reasons, act against your own best interests, tell a war story, and embrace death. So, you know, I'm just saying, they have some delicious marks they could take, right? They could have tell a war story. That's a thing that could have happened. Oh, the last mark is embrace death. Embrace death, and if you take that last mark, you die. Like that's your last mark. Mel is currently safe. Hello, Triple M, Magic Myth Mayhem. Mel is currently safe. Will Mel remain safe? I don't know. It really depends on the players. Hello, Control Freak. I want them all to take Embrace Death next session just to mess with you. Oh, there'd be death. I would just be like, okay, that's fine. And then there'd be one more mission and it would go very badly. Or there'd be like bombings. Who knows? I just find some way to murder them all. And I'd make it the worst or the best. hey, you know what? It's their choices. They get to choose what they want to do. And I will just make it bad for them. But it can also be in the past. We had Veronica Cardina witnessed the death of a friend or a lover in the past, so you can do that. You end the war by flying your planes into Hitler's bunker. You win the war, and you go out in a blaze of glory. The thing about it is that it is and it isn't the dice, because the dice can be brutal, but there's always a choice. So, for example, if you do wayfinding and you fail, you can not continue, right? You don't have to go and immediately die or take a mark. She does deserve the hero of the Soviet Union. She's amazing. If you sort of fail that wayfinding mission, you have the choice. You can scrap the mission. You don't have to press forward. Now, if you scrap the mission, Olga's going to want to talk to you. And then if you're doing the wayfinding roll and you completely fail it, you can scrap the mission. So they can always just scrap the mission and abandon their mission and not care about the motherland and their comrades, and then deal with those consequences. But and then you all died in your sleep. I suppose you can take embrace death at any time. That's true. People generally try to avoid taking it, but you can. If you had a choice between witness the death of a friend or a lover and embrace death, and those are the only two marks you had left, and maybe you're like, I would rather not witness the death. But of course, it can also be retroactive, right? I had a player in my offline game who took witness the death of a friend or a lover, and she said that she wanted it to be a past incident, and I was like, okay. So then she told the story about how she killed her lover. It wasn't really her fault. She was a doctor, and she wasn't the main doctor. She was like the side doctor, and the main doctor, she was assisting in this surgery, and it was her lover, and the main doctor was sort of drunk and incompetent, and basically the person died. And anyways, it was like, so it was a retroactive story. It doesn't have to be present day. Have Olga up there, button shy soaked clothes. Seems like that's one way to embrace death. 3 to 5 years later by abandoning the mission. Hey, you can always abandon the mission. It just may not be a good idea. But here's the thing. None of the players have died. I would like to point out, for the record, none of the players have died yet. None of them. And sometimes, I will say this, though. If it had not been for Veronica, Anna Geeks saved their lives a couple of times by taking a bunch of marks for them through her moves. There would have been some player deaths in one of the sessions that Veronica was there. That is 100% true. And that last session, there was like 2 sessions with Anasova, where Anasova took her special move where she would automatically succeed in the wayfinding roll by taking harm on herself. Both of those times, the players were... The first time the players were quite injured. And if that had not happened right... I mean, there were a couple of times when it really could have just gone really badly, but they... Veronica's better than Betty. Yeah, she literally flew into enemy fire, right? I mean, she saved them. She saved them. And you know what's so interesting about this as well is that one of the other reasons why they're not dead yet is because of the way that they have used Veromaya, sort of wingwoman, is that, sometimes Titania's like, okay, we're going to fly in and take those marks so that you don't take them because, some of the players are getting a little bit close to death. And then, then Sarah dies, and Polia dies, and Tamara Golovina dies. And I mean, they have gone through a lot of NPCs, is all I'm telling you. And they go through these NPCs because they're deciding, pardon me, printer, they're deciding where they want to put those marks. Like they're trying to be careful to make sure that nobody gets too heavy on the marks. So, that's very interesting to me. Oh, it's going to be like the last session, right? I'm a little sad that we're going... right now, I don't know if you were watching... the only NPC they care about is Anastasia. Everyone else is ablative. Although Anastasia has gotten her... she got herself all scarred up, so that's something. So there's been a lot of like, how can we how can we best do this? And they've been very smart. They've been playing very smartly to sort of try to keep the launch, because they could have. I mean, I had people died in my offline game. Scars can be sexy. She just has to like get a little bit more time. But and it's so funny. I did not think that they would end up being so attached to Anastasia. Although I think Lena wants to kill Anastasia. Although, again, Lena does not have all the information, or she does not have the correct information, because a lot of people have made assumptions that are not true and said things that are also not true. And so Lena has a very incorrect idea of what happened with Anastasia and her sister. And so I feel like Lena wants to kill Anastasia right now, but it's not what she thinks. Lena thinks that Anastasia named Lena, right? Said something about Lena, and Anastasia didn't. But, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, thank you, Jer. I practiced it. I was like, and like, you have to try to get, you want to sort of pull back the corner of your mouth to the point where it'll start twitching on its own, like this. So there's like a little sweet spot for me. If I pull it to a certain level, it'll just start twitching. So I try to get to that moment. Yes, it's the last episode. I sent off their letters, including their present, but it's not going to get to them until like Monday or Tuesday. Wah, wah. But they'll at least get them. They won't have it for the game itself, but they will have it. There's another surprise coming, not for me. And there's a really cool thing that I'm planning that I think will work out, is that I want a thing. I have a plan. I'm really excited for the last episode. I'm sad that it'll end, but I'm excited for the last episode because I think we're gonna be able to pull off something kind of cool at the end. And so here's the thing. This is the first Powered by the Apocalypse game that I've run. And I was like, I'm gonna run this Powered by the Apocalypse. And it's funny because, you know, right now, Random Tuesday is running Masks is running Masks over on Roll For It. And, oh, but I will come back. I'm going to have April off to get ready for the French Resistance. But in May, there's going to be the French Resistance game. So there will be Saturdays. It just won't be, just not the witches. But we'll be back. We'll be back. So do you know what's really funny? And this is interesting because and I think this is a bit more regular to a lot of the Powered by the Apocalypse games, but not Night Witches. In the other in Masks and some of the other ones, if you fail a roll, you gain an advance, right? Or you gain experience that will give you an advance. So in these other games, you fail and then you get experience and you advance. Whereas in Night Witches, you fail and that's just bad for you. That's like you don't. Nope. That's like you don't advance through failure. You just fail and maybe die, which I think is really interesting. Hey, all right, I got to go mod unofficially commentate fighting game. Ooh. I will have fun with the Skeleton Hobo Adventures and Magic Myth Mayhem. Before you go, do you like arenas? Just think, yeah, they are. And the consequences for failure in Night Witches, yeah, well, this is actually true. The consequences for success are harsher. Have a good one, Triple M. This is, yeah. Well, the thing is, marks actually aren't an advance. There's only one positive mark, which is advance and grow. All the rest are just things like suffer and suffer. You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, the Magic Myth Mayhem, if you like arenas, I'm going to keep you in mind. I'm keeping you in mind because I do want to run an arena over the summer in GURPS. That's my plan. Oh, but medals. That's right. You rolled perfectly. Your target is nearly undamaged, and it's all your fault. Hey, PH. It's true. Wait, it's true. Yeah, Night Witches is harsh. Yeah. So but the medals you get for advances, like medals are an advance, rank is an advance, upping your stats is an advance, but you can only do that 3 times. What else do you get for advances? You get medals, stats, promotion, regard, and moves. Like those are the 5 things you get for your advances. But marks are usually, I mean, the thing about here's the point of the marks. The point of the marks is to, besides being a hit point track you can never heal, they bring drama, right? So like, you're gonna, like, are you gonna lie about one of your comrades? Are you going to earn a medal you don't deserve? Are you going to, like, how are you going to do this? This will not, you don't even know. So I mean, the marks are there to sort of really bring the drama. Like, I'm going to tell you, Sergeant Yu, it's not going to turn out well for her because of the mark that Irina took. Like, Irina took that mark, like, throw one of your comrades under the bus, and Irina threw Sergeant Yu under the bus, even though Sergeant Yu did not go. Sergeant Yu did not know about Boris being the Nightingale, but it's not going to turn out well for her because we have the hero of the Soviet Union throwing her under the bus. It's not going to work out, and that was a mark. I mean, these are the things. We will have our hour of game time. Speaking of game time, you know what? I need my notes. Oh, is this it? Yes, I have my notes for when we talk to the people. Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting, right? Because Night Witch is pretty harsh in terms of how they manifest the power by the apocalypse, which is really interesting to me. So was it always Boris? Boris has been, how do I put this? Boris has been doing sketchy things from the beginning, right? I mean, Titania did that check. She's like, is there evidence of violating the 2 articles? And I was like, oh, yes. I mentioned the smuggling, but he has been smuggling from the beginning. He's been doing illegal things from the beginning, which then lets you become blackmailed. And also, I really like that they've all been implicated in his behavior. Like, not all of them. Irina hasn't, but Titania has, Nick has, Titania, Nick, Lena, not as much, but Titania and Nick have been implicated by accepting illegal goods from him. And they've all, like, there are these ways in which he has implicated them in various ways. And I wish, it was too bad that Rocket Fox was not there, but we'll deal a little bit with Boris in the last session, like the aftermath of that a little bit. And finding Alexei's his body. So, like, thinking about the ways in which, and do you remember when he asked Titania to deliver a package to you, and the package was illegal goods. I mean, it wasn't anything like no, but it was like a little bit of illegal goods, and so there's a way in which from the beginning they've been a little bit implicated in his behavior. And one of the reasons why there was no evidence of sort of spies in Poland was because Boris was the Nightingale, right? So the kind of the spy stuff that was screwing them over didn't screw them over in Poland because they were not co-located with the 218th. So I wanted to sort of throw these things off a little bit. It's only a little illegal. There are always sort of black market things, right, happening. I also changed the gender of the name of the Nightingale in the audio clue, because just a little bit of. But yeah, no, there's always black marketeering in the Soviet states, and yeah, But I feel bad for Sergeant Yu. Dang, I feel bad for her. Smuggling's like jaywalking. No one gets hurt. It's fine. And I'm hoping that I'm excited to see how this plays out in the next session, the aftermath of Boris, Yu, and Alexei. And can I tell you all something? I don't know what's going to happen, right? So I don't know. But I'm worried about Lena. I feel like she's making some poor choices. But you know what? That's fine. And then when Nick, oh my gosh, people are making choices. They're making choices, and I'm just here to capitalize on those choices in the best way. I remember my mom telling me that they sent lots of stuff to my extended DDR relatives. Oh, yeah. Oh, she is. She's doing such a good job with this character. And, but also, I love so many of these characters. I think they've been doing such a good job. Am I? No, I'm just, anyway, what? Hello, Vulpes, how are you? We're just, before we start our game, we're just talking a little bit about the fact that Night Witches is coming to a close. And, you know, I've got a good surprise that I hope will work out really well, for Saturday, which is, oh my gosh, the day after tomorrow. What even is that? What even is that? I showed you all the present that I've given the cast, right? They don't know about it yet. Because they're not going to see it, right? Because they're not going to get it until Monday, Tuesday. I want your advice. So what I got was, this here is... There you go. Here, can you... Whoop, whoop. This here is the Order of the Great Patriotic War. This is the medal that was awarded to people who fought in World War II, or the Great Patriotic War. Here you go. Yeah, right. So this is the medal that was given to, soldiers, partisans, security troops, all the people who fought in World War II. And in 1985, they basically did a reissue for all the veterans who were still alive at that time. And so I was able to get this. This is a reproduction from one of my Soviet suppliers in the Ukraine. And so I got a medal for everyone who's been in the show. So there's one for each of the four main cast, one for Anasova, for PB, and one for Anna, and then one for me. And I sent this to them in their letters, which I mailed off yesterday. And so they're not going to get it, sadly, before, I think this actually goes this way. They're not going to get it before the last episode, but they are going to get it. And so each one of the cast members is going to have this medal that they can now, like, remember their time playing Night Witches. So this is like their memento. Yeah, I got these from Boris. It's not a problem, right? Well, that's true. UPS can be. That's true. Because I sent it off. And I'm hoping that maybe they'll get it in time. The post office person estimated Saturday or Monday. So, I mean, we'll see. They may not be able to make. I'm just thinking that it probably won't hit them in time. But at least they'll get it after the episode. But despite the fact they probably won't get the medals on stream, probably, and the letter. Oh, and then I folded the letters. I folded them right in the way. So I here, let me show you, because in case you care, I folded them. I wish I had a different camera, but I don't. So here's a letter. Here's a piece of paper. Right? Yeah. Just go to the TSA. Talk to them about it. It'll be awesome. Hey, how you doing, Sal? So you fold the letter like this, like you do a little, and I will tell you about it. So you fold it like that, and then after you fold the letter like this is what they did in World War II. You fold it down like this, whoop, right? Then you fold it down like that, whoop, whoop, like so, and then, this is important, then you fold this other end up, right? So whoop, whoop, like so. And then the other end you fold like so. And then you fold this little flap that you just made right into the letter. Right, this is your letter locking. No. So here's the thing. What they did in World War II is the Soviet soldiers, all of their letters were folded like this, all of them. And it was free. They didn't have to pay postage. So there were no envelopes. They didn't have enough paper, so they didn't. So this becomes just the letter itself, and then we'd write the address right here. There weren't enough envelopes. That is true, Levi. But also, they were not allowed to seal these. So they'd write their letter, they'd fold it up like this. They were not allowed to seal them, and then they would go and they would send them off, and the Polo truck would read everything, right? Because these are not sealed, so they could, the censors and the Polo truck could easily just then open it up, read their letter, then refold it. Yeah, so basically, this was, one, it saved on paper because they didn't have envelopes, and two, couldn't be sealed, so the state police could read all their letters. Oh, I will see you, Crit Witch. So what I did was I wrote a letter to each one of the cast, thanking them for being in the show, and then I folded the letter like so, and I put the medal inside, and then I put it in an envelope, and I mailed it off. And I hope they'll get it by Saturday, but probably not. But that was that. So that's for them, but it's true. Olga's not reading all those letters. She's not reading lots and lots of letters. That is Svetlana's job. But I also have a thing that I hope we can do. So there are two things. So even though probably not the letters, I hope so too. Even though they probably won't get the letters for stream, somebody else has made a present for the cast, and everybody will be able to see that on Saturday. So that's gonna be a really cool surprise. I haven't seen it yet. A DDR RPG could be very interesting. It could be indeed. I could imagine that being really, really good. So there's a present coming for the cast from someone who is not me, and I'm hoping that my understanding is that everyone should be able to know what that is on Saturdays, including you all, so that'll be really cool. And then I'm hoping that there'll be a cool surprise after the break. So those are the big things for the last session that I'm very excited about. DDR, yes, based on the Das Leben des Anderen, yeah, the lives of others. DDR is the Deutsche Demokratische Republik, so East Germany, right? Sort of like a kind of a Cold War East German sort of RPG. I could imagine it being powered by the apocalypse because that seems to be how everyone's doing nowadays. And, Sekiro is making me want to play a Japanese-style samurai shinobi duelist in a TTRPG. I don't know Sekiro. Is it good? Is it an action RPG game? Third-person actioneer? What is the story of this thing? What do I need to know about it? I'm curious. That's what I want to know. Oh, I see what's happening. All right. That was the stuff about... I'm really excited for it. I have not yet had the chance to start really getting into the prep for French Resistance. But I have got a paper to write because I'm giving a paper in Seattle. You know, I'm going to Seattle in April. Real soon. From the 10th through the 15th, I'll be in very action little RPG. So so I'm going to Seattle. I've never played Dark Souls. Yeah, April's on Monday. I've never played Dark Souls. One of these days I'm going to play it. But I'm going to be there from like the 10th to the 15th for the POP conference. And while I'm there, I'm giving a talk to Genki Soda's swing group. So I have to finish. Monday is the worst day of the year. Oh, April 1st. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to be. Yeah, no, I'm not excited about it. I just don't have time for that. You know what I mean? I've never, even as a kid, I've just never been into April Fools. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not into it. I can be a little bit humorless sometimes. I like a good joke, but come on, like, why are we being stupid? So yeah, I'm giving a talk, so I have to write that talk, then get ready for the French Resistance campaign, and then I'm going to be in another campaign, I think, as well as a player, because once the summer starts, I'll have a little bit more time. So we will see. We'll Well, thank you, Krellin. I appreciate that validation. It's just not like I'm just not into it. You know what I mean? It's not into it. Oh, and then I'm going to. Did I show you? I don't think I did. I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you one more game-related thing. Hold on. I have got. Where is it? See, sadly, my desk is not yet organized, alphabetized, which makes it a little bit harder to find things, which is irritating, but it is also life, and I will get to it. I promise I will get to it. Vampire. I mean, sometimes Blizzard has done good April Fool's things, but they've invalidated all of them because then they go and actually do the April Fool's thing for real. So a friend of mine was part of Reliquary Games, and they created this game, Clockwork Dominion, which is a steampunk fantasy game. Well, as I say, steampunk role-playing in a Victorian world of gothic horror. So it's sort of a little horror-y, a little steampunky, and my buddy is part of the game, part of the creative team. Very, like, it's just a very cool. It's got gorgeous art. Yeah, and it's so you can be so like you there are non-human characters that you can play, so it's not all. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. It's not particularly Cthulhuid though. It isn't particularly Cthulhu-esque. But here, take a look at this art right there. Take a look at that. You know, basically there are Cliff Notes. Because I'm not very far into the story, you play as a war orphan turned adopted son of a massive shinobi called the Owl. Your name is Wolf. You become a master shinobi in the opening cutscene and wake up at the bottom of a well, disgraced, having lost your will to live, and then you're told that your lord is still alive, so you go to rescue him. Oh. It's... The game... I am bringing up Clockwork for a reason. I am bringing up this game for a reason, not just for no reason. Right? And then... Oh, so you also have, like... You have Beastmen... Right, people who have been experimented on, like in an Island of Dr. Moreau sort of a way. You've got Nephilim, people who are part angel / demon. You've got people who are part part fae, and it's this world about trying to keep the clockwork functioning or not, depending on where you're at. But it's not particular, and there's magic and there's things like that, but so like it's, you know, and it's all based on historical attitudes about the occult from the time, and historical, like, so it's there's a lot of oh, this is a pretty good piece of art too. There's a lot of research done about sort of occult attitudes at the time. So, you know, it is doing all of that business. And here is something that I think is pretty cool. I think. Let me see if I can find it. Right, here's another one. Whoop. Sons of Ether is one of the traditions in magic and mage, the Ascension, where they were technocrats until steampunk, and ether theory was disproven, and they refused to give it up. Well, the magic works a little bit differently than that, but because it's a bit more, you know, they're more fae. The idea being that there is a clockwork god who sets up the machinery, and everyone has their place in the system. This is like, you know, the belief system. Everyone has their place in the system, and the clockwork is now breaking down, and that then brings these Pontus events where sort of chaos moves into the world. And what your players are doing becomes a bit of a question. So now... Oh, I actually had to do this. So the game does not use dice. The game uses cards. right? It uses a deck of cards, but it's a custom deck of cards. I have sleeved these because I like sleeving cards. And the cards you get, right? So you have your deck of cards. Whoop. Note that they all think they're scientists still, and the conventional thinking is just wrong because their magic and stuff works as they have evidence. So when you draw your cards, so each card, right? So this is a -4. This is a +3, but each card also has a condition on it. So if you're able to inflict a condition on someone, like with this card, you can make them unbalanced, or with this one, you can disarm them. But you also have these little numbers in the top, like that's an 83, and that's a 7. So when you do initiative, like in combat, you get 3 cards, and actually in combat, initiative, there's also social combat, so it doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be, I'm just saying. So I have my 4 cards for initiative. I think you pick 3, drop 1. I'll drop this one. So you get 3 cards. So I've got a 99, a 47, and a 54. And what happens is the GM will call out from 100 downwards. So they'll say, okay, 90 to 100, anybody want to act? And I have a 99, but I don't have to act. I can choose not to act at that moment. I can wait. So like we just go around and people can jump in when they want to. You don't have to act on your moment. You can wait. You can be like, I'm going to wait until other people go and then I'll jump in. But also you can always interrupt by spending 2 cards to be like, I'm going to spend these 2 cards and I'm going to just interrupt right away. So the initiative order is a little bit fluid in that way. But why am I telling you all of this? I'm sure you're asking yourself. I'm so sick of oh, yeah, Chicago, man. Ugh. But why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because my friend, who is one of the developers, has asked me to GM some sessions of Clockwork at Gen Con, and I have agreed to GM 3 sessions, and so I'm going to be GMing Clockwork Dominion at Gen Con this year. 3 sessions. I don't know yet when I'll be GMing them, but when I find out, I will let you all know. So like once the schedule comes out, I will tell you when I am GMing so that, if anybody's going to be at Gen Con and you want to play Clockwork Dominion with me as a GM, then you can do it. I may try to run something on stream in Clockwork Dominion before Gen Con just to get some practice. We will see. I'll probably run something offline as well, but just to, get in there. No, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I think what I'm probably going to do is see if I can get a stream going before Gen Con anyway, just to get, get some practice in. So that'll be fine. Yes. Hey, Quiet Geek. Yes, Gen Con is in Indianapolis, Indiana. And so I'm excited. It's very cool. And what's neat about it is that you can do social combat and physical combat in the same encounter if you want. It's so you have like 2 tracks. You have like a morale track and a physical track, and social attacks can bring people down on the morale track, physical attacks on the physical track, and you have guard that renews every turn. So like you have to get past someone's guard before you can injure them. So for example, I was playing a person who did not have who was not physical. It was kind of like a social person. And there was a combat going on, like there was like a big fight and there was a big bad. And what my character would do was distract them with my social prowess. Right. I would talk to them, try to demoralize them. And what I would do is I would use my talking skills to remove their guard, to get them to lower their guard so that our punch people could then clock them. It was very good. Anyway, so there's a neat way in which it allows people who are physical or not physical to both interact. And sometimes you could actually just demoralize people before there's actually even a fight. That's right, Sci-Fi World in Malmo. You can do social attacks against a person trying to stab you. You'd have to figure out what that might mean. In this case, it might be trying to intimidate them, demoralize them, appeal to their better nature. Like there are ways to do it. And again, right, you'd have to sort of figure out the way to do that. But it is doable. You can try to talk down the person trying to stab you, or fool them, trick them. So there is ways in which you can do that. Sort of counterpoint. Counterpoint. It's good. So I'm excited. So that's so that's the thing. I'll be doing Clockwork Dominion at Gen Con. We're doing the French Resistance game in May. We're going to start thinking about cast pretty soon, I think. Yes, you can also Cyrano de Bergerac that. You can, actually. Oh, what do you want to share? Oh, what is this? We're getting something from Krellin. What is this? Copy link location. Oh. Wait. I don't understand what I'm seeing. Is this... Wait. I don't... Oh, I see. I got it. No, I get it. That's good. No, yeah, I get it. I see. I get it. So, Clockwork Dominion, which I'm excited about. And a little bit of steampunk horror. Put that up there. And, yeah, so I think it's going to be a good summer. I'm cool. I'm hip. Yeah, but also I think exactly that EA is charging you, and of course because they're also grayed out. So like these are the ones you can play and the ones that you can't play, right? I get it. Like I get it now. I was like, wait, what? But I still, yeah, yes. All right, here's what's up. We're going to play. We're gonna do it. Oh, I don't think I told you. We have a driving sim, which is going to be our giveaway for today. Also, no Critical Role today because Critical Role is not happening. And so instead, I'm going to do lots of work email. Wait, so here's what it is. So my summer is going to be GMing at Gen Con, Clockwork Dominion, GMing the French Resistance game, which I'm pretty certain we're just doing Fate because I want to try that system. But it's my turn to troll. And then sort of GMing the French Resistance, GMing Clockwork Dominion at Gen Con. Also, I will be playing in a game that I don't think I'm allowed to... Oh, thanks, Quiet Geek. It'll be my first... Critical Role is off this week. They are not airing this week. Yeah, they're all out of town. And maybe they might want to have a vacation at one point in time, perhaps. So yeah, it'll be my first time running Fate, so I'm excited about that. So this month it'll be sort of getting ready for Fate and the French Resistance and Fate, which I think will be cool because I can have their group. And then I'm going to be playing in a game which I don't think I can announce yet. Finishing up Super Duper. And I would like to be able to run my arena game this summer, just to. I know Americans are not allowed to take vacations. So here's the thing about the arena game is that I was looking at the GURPS character sheet in Roll20. I don't really like it. Yes, that's right. The only excuse for not working is if you're working harder on something else. Yeah. So this is the thing that I don't know if I like the character sheet. The GURPS character sheet in Roll20 because it looks really complicated, and the character sheets don't have to be that complicated. So what I'm thinking about doing is sort of doing the character sheets through GURPS character sheet, which is a sort of a free piece of software that makes things a lot more intuitive, or sort of setting up templates. Build my own. Wow. Yeah. 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 And the thing is, yeah, I don't know. I've got to think about that. Um, so, but the thing is, I don't think. So I think it actually might be less complicated just to have, right, like the little sheets themselves. So I'm going to try to figure out what I want to do about this. But what I'm thinking about is having sort of supplemental sheets that are not the character sheet, and then just have people roll 3d6, right? Just roll 3d6, and then just you'll have to do the math yourself. But so a bit more old school is what I'm thinking, because I just think that entering all that information in Roll20 seems a little daunting. But I'll see. Like, I don't know yet. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is do a test run where I'm going to go and I'm working on the templates right now. So I'm going to do like make test characters for each of the different gladiatorial types, right? Because they're different gladiatorial types, which are based on weapons and armor. And I'm going to make a sample character for each type in each level of complexity. And then I think I'll just start off with getting just 2 people to just sort of jump on and try some things out, like just to kind of do a test stream where we're checking things out with sort of pre-gens and seeing what that's like. And if I like it, then I will probably set up, show the template somewhere so people can make their own character based on the template, and then maybe run a bracket. Yeah, you have to figure out how to get your camera working. Yes, that's right. If you can code a website, you can do it. I know the thing is, it's going to be a lot of. I think the math can be complicated because there's so many options. I feel like it's just I've adapted, like the character sheet that they're using in Night Witches is one that I made, that I adapted from Monster Hearts. So the character sheet, you can't see it because you can't see it. But I built that character sheet, and I'm going to sort of rebuild the French Resistance character sheet from the Fate template. But the GURPS one, it's got a lot of stuff, but it's got like 5 tabs. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of tabs to get where you want to go. And I just think that I want something that's a little bit less intimidating for a player. And so I'm just thinking about ways in which to have a less intimidating experience for people. And the things, I think the sheet itself is fine if you know it and you don't mind doing like a 5-tabbed character sheet. But I'm going to work it out because I want to do the arena, and I'm imagining 3 tiers: GURPS Light only, GURPS Basic, and then GURPS Martial Arts. Like, so 3 different levels of complexity in what your characters can do. So with GURPS Light, no complexity in the armor, no called shots, like no hit locations, far fewer maneuvers, no map. So a lot of the maneuvers won't really be relevant because it's all theater of the mind. And then GURPS Basic will have the map, will have called shots, will have a few more maneuvers, and then GURPS Martial Arts will have martial art styles, which then you can give you perks. So there'll be like more, and then like a few more options. So there'll be like what you can do will vary based on whether or not you're doing gold, silver, or bronze. True, but there are plenty of people out there with those skills to help with me. That is true. But the problem is I just don't want it to look so complicated in the back end, right? So I'm thinking about starting with a less complicated thing, and then if people want to use it, they can. But what I want to do is set up the arena to be in 3 tiers: gold, silver, bronze, or red, green, yellow. I think I put colors, where you can play very, very simple GURPS Light with no maps, just theater of the mind and not a lot of options. So it's just like, I stab the person, they stab me back, I dodge, right? Or with a bit more complexity, so you can sort of see, oh, okay, well, I can retreat this way, or I'm going to maneuver this way, I'm going to move around to their side. You can get that sort of detail, or the sort of the martial arts detail where there's a lot more detail. So, but just you can kind of get the sense of the modularity of GURPS, like very simple to less simple. And then I want to do a bracket. I'm considering dropping the DOS on Pro to be able to make templates. Yeah, that's what I've done. And then doing a bracket. Like, I'm thinking I have to decide what number. Like, I will either do 8 see if 8 people want to sign up or 16, see how many people want to sign up. But if I can get like a sign up, certain people who want to sort of play in the arena, we'll just do a bracket and just run down to see who wins the arena. Like, you know, the people fight off against each other, and then we get to the end and see who's the winner of that bracket. And then just see how that goes. You know, 1-on-1, 1v1, at least for the first bracket. I could do other challenges later depending on what happens, if people are excited about it. But you know, like, but I would say, like, first off, yeah, so that's what I would do is that each person would fight each other, right? So we'd have the 8 and I'd pair people off, and then the people would fight each other, and then we'd go down to see who sort of wins the actual ultimate. So that, you know, and it's the idea being, I've done this in Roll RPOL, which is a play-by-post, which took a long time. Like, each turn was like 24 hours. You get 24 hours to respond for each turn. But this would be much faster because we'd be right there live. And the idea being that it would be just a way to sort of get practice in your tactical skills and get to know the system a little bit. And it would just be sort of like a fun, mellow thing. You just sort of do some fights and have a bit of a battle and see what might be fun. Like, what would be like if I did this one? You know, just a nice sort of arena with different levels of complexity. And that's what I really want to do over the summer. That is something I really, really want to do. It's called Blood and Sand is the name for it. I've had players that took a long time to do their turn, but not that long. Yes. So yeah, Blood and Sand is the name of the game because it's Roman. So it's not fantasy, it's historical. So it's all using sort of like a Roman era sort of styles and technologies. So no magic, no magical healing, but sort of giving kind of just like a bit of just a way to start off and see how to help me get practice running some tactical map-based combats in GURPS on Roll20, so I can see, you know, get it under my fingers. And then if I want to then run a full GURPS campaign, then I feel like I'll have the experience that I need. Named after what was the Spartacus show named? Wasn't that just called Spartacus? Or was it also called Blood and Sand? I have no idea. I just thought it was called Spartacus. It was a coincidence. Oh, it was. Huh. I didn't know that. Well, I think that's a kind of like a bit of a classic for gladiatorial stuff. There's more than one GURPS magic system, Krellin, and I have run a couple of different GURPS magic systems. Which GURPS magic do you like? Which one are you not fond of? Are you not fond of the basic skill-based one, where each spell is a different skill? Is that the one that you dislike? Oh, you've never been fond of any of them. I love the one that was introduced in GURPS Falkenstein and also GURPS Voodoo, which is GURPS Magic is the friends we made along the way, which is much slower. It's like the one that I like is energy accumulating ritual path book magic. The rune one is probably the least bad, right? Because there are a lot of because you can do the rune one where it's like verb noun magic. You can do energy gathering. Like, there are a lot of different ones that will give you give you different feels if you want improvisational magic or set magic or slow magic or fast magic. So there are like different options, and there's a campaign I want to run that mixes two different options. Yeah, right. So like all magic is so if you want a Conan feel, you can get that. Well, the thing is that which is a flower to trooper's button. Thank you. Boop. Oh no, Sal. Each spell being its own skill is not. I'm fine with like 20 skills, right? That's actually not that big of a deal because all the skills are based on your stats, so it's not going to be prohibitively expensive. It'll be fine. And I like this. I like it, but no magic. No magic. That's it. A wizard with spells and skills can easily have a dozen. Oh yeah, a dozen skills or more at Karajan. Like just totally. My favorite magic system was always a fantasy hero. So crunchy, but so personalized. Oh. I like a bunch of different magics. Like, I'm cool with a bunch of different stuff. I was running one. It was a slow magic system. Well, that's why the GM has to be on top of those things. It's just like a base skill level for spells IQ plus magery level. So 1 point can get you a spell at 14 pretty easily. That's true. You do have to buy each individual skill. You do, but skills in GURPS are based on your stats, right? So if you have a dex of 14 and you spend 1 point in an easy skill, then you get that skill at 14. If you have a dex of 9 and you want a 14, you've got to spend a lot more points on it. So with magic is based on IQ. So it's IQ plus your magery level. So if you have magery 2, you have an IQ of 13, then you're going, if you spend, spells are very hard. So easy gets you at level, average is -1, hard is -2, very hard is -3. So that's 1, 2, 4, 8. So you have to spend 8 points to get to 15. Yeah, so IQ plus Fireball, or I'm not casting Fireball. Right, then you have a bunch of... No, that's not the... Yeah, Magery, yeah, 1 point is... That is correct. But because that's how skills work in GURPS. Skills are related to... Spells are different because spells don't have default, but most other skills have default, so you don't actually even have to buy them to be able to try them. So for example, if you don't have, like, and this is where GURPS is different from old D&D, right? In old D&D, if you didn't have stealth, you just didn't have stealth, and that was so sad for you. And you may not be able to get stealth in old D&D because only certain people can have it. But in GURPS, stealth is a dex skill, and anybody can try stealth, even if you don't have it. Right? So you can be the big fighter, and you can still try stealth. That's fine. And you can buy it up if you want. Let's see. IQ 13 isn't that special. No. GURPS is not on the 100 scale. I see you, Volpez. You have a skill at a level Sal, and then you have to roll that number or lower on 3d6 to succeed at casting. Yes, so right, if your Fireball skill is a 15, you need to roll a 15 or lower on 3d6. Now, of course, Fireball being a ranged attack spell, the farther away, the more penalty you'll get to hit them. Yes, so 10 is average for a stat. 10 is average, right, as like on 3d6. But there are different schools of thought in GURPS about what a person who's good at something should have. I know people who are... hey, remember how in AD&D the actual player's handbook hand-waved non-weapon percentages because it just didn't care? Oh yes, I do remember. I do. I remember that. So there's the cult of stat normalization that doesn't think that people should have stats above 11 and should not have skills above 12, and only that should be like your best skill is a 12, and everyone else should basically, and you probably shouldn't have many skills at all. Like they have a pretty a Neo we're gonna play soon. My actual character is, can you swim? So also, you should have gotten off of work earlier than this, Neo. Right, so some people really want players to be really, really low skills, and the realist GURPSers, the problem with realist GURPSers is that their idea of realism is like super grimy in ways that, like, basically in their definition of real, there are a bunch of people who exist in real life who aren't realistic, and that doesn't work. Yeah, I think that the problem is that it gets to a point where, yes, Right? Yes. This is what I'm trying to tell you, Krellin. If you listen to the cult of stat normalization, they're like, no, real people are like only 25 points. And I was like, no. They really, I was like, yeah. So like there's a different philosophy about how many skills you should have and what those stats are. And I always note that 12 is a professional level for somebody starting in a profession that is also not dangerous. So if you are an accountant and you've only just started being a professional accountant, then you have a 12 and something. But if you've been an accountant for years, you have more than a 12. And if the skill that you're using might get people killed, like you're an airplane pilot, you're not going to have that at 12. You're going to have that at 14, right? I understand wanting low power, but that sounds unrealistic because there are people, yes, Quiet Geek. And here's the thing, too. How many points to breathe fire? Actually, that depends on how much damage you want that fire to do. You can breathe fire, and it could be quite cheap if the fire doesn't do a lot of damage, but it could then be really expensive if you want it to do a lot of damage. Like, yeah, and here's the thing. There are people who, like, I know people who are like, 200 points, that's totally unrealistic. And I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger exists and is a real person. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, was also a movie star, also rich, also strong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying that there are a bunch of people who have a bunch of points. That's just true. 80 for IQ 14, 45 for Magery 3, and then 1 point to the fire breath spell at 14. Or you can also just take it as a power. You can just take a burning attack for like 5 points. Oh, you think breathe fire is a performance skill? Oh, if it's just a performance skill, then you just put like a point in the performance skill, and then you're fine. Yeah, or just put 1 point in the quirk. Breathe fire is a display with no damage. Yeah, you could also just do it for 1 point. So there's like a lot of different ways to do it, and you don't. Oh no, Arnold Schwarzenegger was very strong. He was. I mean, he was Mr. Olympia multiple times in a row. He could lift weights, right? He could lift some weights. Oh yeah, we're talking about like if. But even I think breathing fire, like burning attacks, that's yeah, he was literally burning attacks. I believe are in the basic set, but some people may not want sort of supernatural advantages. Yeah, like I'm just saying that there's some super. Anyway, I also know that people. I tend to be my sense of realism is a little bit different than some people's sense of realism, and also realism for a game. It's like people who say, well, like if you want to do, I believe he did, like he was super strong. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So here's the thing, right? There are people who are like, we want it to be super realistic. And I was like, okay, you all die of dysentery. It's like, is that what you want? Like, that's not going to be a fun game. Everybody dies in the first session of dysentery. And then then you make new characters and then you die again of dysentery. Like all of a sudden it gets to a point where it doesn't actually feel realistic anymore. And yes, fire can be a burning attack, so you can get a burning attack. All right. Yeah. That's true. People nowadays, like that guy who played the Mountain in Game of Thrones, like super beefy. Like he's strong. But also, even though bodybuilders, I mean, here's the thing about bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are not powerlifters for the most part, right? I mean, some of them have been powerlifters. Your arrows there aren't big enough to hurt. Realistic is the dragon kills you, right? Yes, PH. Thank you. Thank you. But the thing is, yes, it's true that powerlifters are stronger than bodybuilders, but bodybuilders are not weak, right? Bodybuilders spend a lot of time at the gym making themselves stronger. Sure, they're not powerlifters, but like they're stronger than you and also me. I'm a relatively intelligent person, according to people around me. No more than 1 standard elevation above average. I can carry 100 or so pounds because I do it every day. Yeah, the guy from the Game of Thrones does one of the strongman competitions with strange contests. Picks up huge logs and see how far you can carry it. You have pudding muscles. Yeah, right? All right, we're gonna we're gonna do this. It's just we are. Yeah, I mean, and I realize that bodybuilders. Tell me how you feel about the volume level. Bodybuilders look bigger than their functional strength. Yeah, no, it does. I mean, people have got weird feelings sometimes. Like, people fetishize weird things in RPGs. Yes, thank you, Jer. Thank you. Also, the number of people actually familiar with GURPS here enough to discuss rules is Quiet Geek. Quiet Geek. GURPS is my GURPS. Like, you can't. Why do you all do this to me? You can't see this right now. Here. So this, please forgive me because I have not alphabetized my game books because I just moved. In between the winter break. And yeah, Krellin and I are both old GURPS hands. So I have not alphabetized my game shelf, so it is embarrassing and I'm very sorry. But yeah, that top shelf is basically, here, I'm gonna move this for a moment so you can see. Right here, all of this, wait, there, right? So, there, that's my GURPS 3rd edition, there, GURPS 3rd edition, basic set. From there all the way to there, all of that is GURPS. And that right there, it is true. That right there is Age of Napoleon. It is, and here, I think right about there is GURPS Mars. I think that one's GURPS Mars, and I think those are the only two. But I was the lead playtester on. Here we go. I was the lead playtester on both GURPS Mars and GURPS Age of Napoleon, so I have multiple copies of that one. Like I have a couple of copies of that one because I lead playtester, and then I also published 2 articles in the old Pyramid magazine, from GURPS. Yeah. I've got it. Oh, hey, an anonymous cheerer has given me bits. What? Sal's never played GURPS. I'll be back on this one, but yeah. I am. Oh, I have a lot of GURPS books, you know. What is my favorite GURPS setting to DM? Oh, by the way, there's going to be a song. Just note it, there is going to be a song. I do talk about transhuman space a lot, but I think my favorite setting to GM would be, when it comes to GURPS, you know what I really like doing? I had a bunch of fun. By the way, I'm going to sing in Pig Latin. I really had a lot of fun GMing GURPS Traveler Interstellar Wars. That was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. It's Traveler, but it's set before canon, so that you don't have to know like 13 decades worth of lore. So that was really nice. And I actually quite enjoyed the GURPS Traveler experience. That was really nice. I run a lot of, when I run GURPS, the 2 things I know, right? The 2 things that I run a lot in GURPS is modern espionage. So espionage in, maybe it's the Cold War 80s, maybe it's the present day, but I run a lot of espionage. I have run a lot of, well, you mean not 13 decades, but you know what I mean. I also run a lot of swashbucklers. So Renaissance, sort of fencing, rapier fighting. This poor Nightbot. Nightbot's like, hey. So I've run a lot of Renaissance era swashbuckling games. So swashbuckling I've done a lot of, espionage I've done a lot of, and cyberpunk. Those are the 3 things I've done a lot of in GURPS. Also, but I really did like GURPS Travel. That was a really fun experience, and I think I would do that a lot. And I have done swashbuckling spies, PH. The last. Yeah, I also have some PDFs that are not here, but you know, but the last GURPS game I ran was a Renaissance espionage game, which was super fun, and I would totally run that setting again. It was a setting it was Cloak and Dagger Renaissance with light magic, very, very light magic. It was sort of set, like the conceit was that you were working, like it was Cloak and Dagger, so it was like full on spy stuff. Levi is not at all shocked. But it was sort of that moment where so there was magic back in the medieval time period with like full magic and fireballs and D&D and all that business. But now we're in the Renaissance and the technology is on the rise. But as technology rises, magic recedes. So we're in this moment now where there is magic, but it's actually quite slow ritual magic, and it's not particularly flashy unless you go off into the wilds, in which case there's more magic, but you don't want to go there because there are creepy things out in the woods that maybe you don't want to see. So, right, people are sitting in Florence and Tuscany, and so it's this kind of, it was like a sort of a historical Cloak and Dagger swashbuckling with light magic. Do you define the Renaissance different than us in Europe? I don't know. Also, how people define Renaissance depends on their field. Renaissance in art is different from Renaissance in music, which is different from Renaissance in architecture. So there's slightly different. Oh, that's cool. So a character who specializes in pretending to be a wizard that can just throw fire and lightning stuff, but it's actually just, yeah, you could do that, right? Because yes, casting a cleaning spell is harder than just cleaning it by hand. And it's slow, and it's going to take 15 minutes, so you're not going to want to do it in combat, right? This kind of thing. It was a fun setting, and I would definitely run that setting again, no doubt. Like, without a doubt, I would run that. But that's not the... I'm thinking about running a different game on stream, but I don't know how I would get it to work. I don't know how I would get it to work because it would be a little bit complicated. I think I have an idea. The most interesting DM in the world. I don't always run GURPS, but when I do, I reach my D6s. Basically, when everyone believed in magic, magic just worked and mages were powerful. But as people started to believe in science, magic stopped working as well. Yeah, I think there are a bunch of ideas that sort of place those things antithetical to each other, and then as one, right, those things happen. Just asking because I have the feeling Walter Mingulo is like calling the 16th and 17th centuries for Renaissance. Again, it depends on what field you're talking about. So in music, we have medieval, Renaissance, Baroque, classical, and so you're going to be getting into the Baroque, but, you know, the Renaissance is around there. That's fine. It's all good. We're in there. Let's see. What do historians... But the problem is I think a lot of people nowadays are not using Renaissance as much as using early modern Europe. Renaissance. So they say the Renaissance spans roughly the 14th through the 17th centuries. Get woke, go Baroque. There was that Love, Death, and Robots episode about the Kitsune losing her power as industrialization came in. Yeah, so thinking about industrialization as like sort of tricky, like we're moving into alchemy, and so that particular sort of interesting moment of transition. The Renaissance could be as early as the 15th century, I think, but somewhere between there up to the early 18th century. Yeah, Wikipedia says 14th to the 17th. He is literature and colonial decolonizing. But there's been, there's debate about when, right? But generally speaking, right, 14th through 17th century. Although people will argue that it's different based on, basically you're right? I mean, that's basically it. The right duration. And of course the edges, people are going to quibble about it. I think GURPS will put it in a different time frame because it's GURPS, right? It's doing for game purposes rather than other purposes. Yes. Oh, I almost forgot. I got some bits from an anonymous cheerer who gave me some bits, and so I want to sing the bit song. Yes, and also which culture. Like England, their Renaissance happens differently than in, say, Bohemia. Right, so it's a little bit different. Like, we're talking about arts, architecture. Like, what are we talking about? What country we're talking about? Yeah, dates are lies. But as PH said, right, the Italian Renaissance is different from the French Renaissance, which is different from the English Renaissance or the Spanish Renaissance. Right, those things are just totally different, and so it's just a little bit complicated. But you know, you can just be like, 14th, 17th, and kind of just drop it a little bit. So I got some bits, and I want to thank the anonymous cheerer for the bits. And because we have bits, I sing the bit song, and I'm a little rusty, but I'm going to see I can do my best. I'm going to be singing We're in the Money in Pig Latin, as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film The Gold Diggers of 1933. We're in the ukulele cultural renaissance. Don't at me. I won't at you. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Iwe at ke awe at le av way at way at way exe ute it ge lang way o. Earway and hey, the anime. I they ice gaze or ani say. Old man the adiation pre uye uthre uvi aste an wayang reo. Iwe evne idre ed leans lay of wed brands lay ute day. And when we iwe ise and the ordly ukle after I got in the IA. And we in we iwe ise the anle ordle. See, that's where she drops syllables right there. And we in we iwe ise the anle or iwe ukle at the I get right in the IA. We're in the money. Because right there in that bit, she drops a couple of syllables to make it fit in the rhythm. And I think it's anle ord. I don't think she says ordle. I think it's anwe inwe iwe ise the anle ord we anle ord we ukle. I think she says we ukle at the I get right in the iade, not anle ordle iwe. I don't think she says anle ordle iwe. I think she says anle ord we ukle at the I get right in the ia. That's what I think she's saying. Just, I've got to just listen one more time. But but landlord is one word, but sometimes you will split it up by syllable. Like she says UTA day instead of today. She doesn't say a day te, she says UTA day. And so landlord could be anlord lay, but I think she says anle ord lay. Anle ord lay, iwe ukle afegai aige. Hold on, here. Just wait, come here. Hang out with me for a second. I want you to hear it because I clipped it, but then in the money pig Latin. So I'm gonna play it for you so you can hear it. Anle ordle is what you say. Yeah, that would be one way, but I don't think she actually says that. So I'm gonna play it for you so you can hear it. I just think it's a bit not so cool that this theorist calls historic time that we call Renaissance mannerism, Baroque and Rococo for just Renaissance to make it easy. Well, but again, we don't use Rococo in music history because we do Med, Ren, Baroque, classical, romantic, modern, but each one is going to be doing something a little bit different. Okay, so I know so this is what it actually sounds like. I wish I could, because I had the clip, but the clip doesn't play, but this is what it sounds like, so you can hear it. Let me play it for you. Wait, this is an ad. I wonder if Twitch is gonna, all right. Here, let me turn this up for you. Yeah, it's Anleord we. That's what she doesn't say Anleord le iwe. She says Anleord we. Ukle at the I. Yeah, right? Like, I was just like, she doesn't. Yeah, Anleord. Lord we. It's we, not iwe. Anleord. Yeah, right? So, anyway, that's yeah, it's I don't think old man, it's let me get old man. It's old man. So it's not old man, it's old man. It's really weird. Old man DA. Like, she does this, she doesn't do it straight, but she doesn't actually do it full on Pig Latin either. She does this kind of weird mix between it. It's like old man DA Dieschen pray. Urye uthre uvi estean weang reo. But there's something a little bit rhythmically she does there that like mixes up, which is really cool that I want to get. Because it's not old way. It's like old man. So it's like this kind of weird little hybrid thing she does there for old man, because it's old man depression, but she doesn't say old way and may oppression day. It's like old man da depression day. It's this weird little mix she does. Ice Bunny, I can see lumping the Baroque since the Northern Renaissance took place at the same time. The Rococo is just wrong to lump in the Renaissance. Oh, that is fair. That is fair. Oh, I could just listen to, like, seriously, I could listen to her sing that all the time, because like, it's just so good, right? Her Pig Latin is so good. And what I love about it, her Pig Latin, can we listen to it one more time? Can we listen to it one more time? Just one more time. I just want to listen to Ginger Rogers singing this in Pig Latin one more time, and then we're going to go back to the game, I swear. But just one more time. I'm going to turn up my volume. Yeah, she's amazing. But it's so interesting, right? Because she doesn't actually say, there are a bunch of things that she does differently, right? So she says earway in hey the anime. So she doesn't use the in Pig Latin in that line. We're in the money, earway in hey the anime. And then she says but then so the line is we're in the money, the skies are sunny. So she says earway in hey the anime. So she doesn't do the. But when for the line the skies are sunny, she says they I skies are unise, right? So she does Pig Latin. She does put the in Pig Latin in the second line, but then she doesn't. So she mixes things up. It's like some things and it seems to be clearly about just the rhythm of the song, trying to make sure that she can get the rhythm of the song correct. Utbe, Iwe, Udwe, Odlite, Ovle, Ute, Ise, Ewe, Igpe, Atenle, Incursion Ray, Inwe, Earlsway, Beyond Bay, Iwe, Odli, Inkthe, Athe, Athene, Iske, Udke, Odlite, Ude, Igpe, Atenle, 100-way percent pay. Ihe, Udke, Ude, Ite. Hitway. He could do it, right? He could do it, totally. Odlite. Odlite. One day. So we're doing a giveaway, right? Our giveaway, I see you all. Our giveaway is where is it? It's Project Cars 2, which is a driving sim, and I want to find out like who our winners. So just say something in the next 5 minutes if you want like a driving sim game. And I think it's kind of arcadey, I think, is what it is my thought on this one. So I just love that Pig Latin. I love that I think it's really good. Also, I'm getting a weird effect. I'm seeing myself right now on the stream, and I'm getting a weird effect. Mignolo? You were totally butchering the name Mignolo. You know, I could deal with it. So, now, seriously, just make sure you say something in the chat, and then we will. I have an optical illusion shirt is what's happening. These fellas are lounging, but watching Claudia getting herself mad doing it would just be cruel. Hey, you don't know. What if Claudia is super good at Pig Latin? Like, you don't know. Like, Claudia might be some sort of super Pig Latin genius. I am in the 5th dimension. Audia Clay. Moir is fun, right? It is. I might just whoosh. So Audia Clay, Udke, eBay, Odli Udge, Atway, Igpay Atenlay. Arway Otday One. I'm just saying, what if, like, I need to ask Claudia how good she is at Pig Latin. I want to ask. I want to find out. The giveaway is Project Drive 2, which is a racing game. Project Cars 2, which is a racing game. And I actually think it is, I think it might be arcadey. Claudia always manages to be even more talented than I think she is, and I think she's pretty great. This is what I mean, PH. She always surprises me. She pulls out some amazing stuff just out of nowhere, you know? Oh, you're making oh, I want tacos. Sal, I want tacos. Now I'm jealous that Sal has tacos and I don't have tacos. It's fine. It's, you know, I'm just saying, I'm totally fine not having the tacos and being sad about the loss of tacos. But I should just... So here's the thing, PH. I do want to run Cthulhu Confidential again, because there are 2 more investigators, and I want to... Oh yeah, she plays Incompetence for laughs. As she plays Innocent for laughs, she knows exactly what she's doing, and she's really talented. She's really, really good. And what I want to say is that I think that she'd be very good in Cthulhu Confidential. I think Cheryl would be really good in Cthulhu Confidential. So yeah, I want to run more. I want to run more Cthulhu Confidential. And, you know, maybe I can do that. I don't know when I'll do it. But I've got the overlay and everything. So I'm hoping... I'm thinking about it, right? That is a thing. Maybe she doesn't have time. But on the plus side, though, here's the thing. Cthulhu Confidential is like between 1 and 3 sessions total. And I think that the Dex Raymond one is a little bit longer than the other ones from reports. So I think you can probably get the other ones done in 2 sessions. And like 2 sessions and remote, right? So you don't have to drive anywhere. So it's possible we might, like, maybe Cheryl could do it. I mean, I know that she's super busy, but, you know, just... Ooh, Thaco Thursday. Oh, that's right. She's in Asia for 2 weeks. But this is why with her busy schedule, Cthulhu Confidential might be really good, because it's not a long-term commitment. It's like just a 2-week commitment. Which means not right now, of course, because she's in Asia being amazing. But, you know, I'm just saying that I feel like Cthulhu Confidential might be a better ask for her than some of the other ones. That's all. 4 people would be Trail of Cthulhu. Cthulhu Confidential is 1-on-1. But I'm saying there are options, and I want to run it again. I want to run it a second time. I've got some, got some things that I'm pondering about it. We'll see. She also just started a new job in January that is, oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. Who's our winner? Nightbot. Nightbot. Who's our winner? Tell me. Tell me. Who is it? Volpez. Hey, Volpez. Can I give you Project Cars 2? Can I do that? Can I do it? Volpez, you haven't won in a really long time. Volpez. Volpez, you haven't won in a really long time. It's... Oh, do you really? All right. Okay. Although Cheryl has expressed... one of the reasons why I might ask her, though, is because she has expressed interest in it. I was chatting with her at one point in time, and she's expressed some interest. Oh, all right, Volpez. That's probably why. Levi? Levi? Are you good? Are you excited for Project Cars 2? Can you do it? Are you there? Are you... What? Who? What? There? Yes. Levi? I see you, Levi. No, that's fair. That's fair. I honor it. I like precisely one driving game. Krellin! Krellin? How are you? I don't want to kill her. I'm saying that she couldn't do it when she but she might be able to do it. She might. Krellin. Give it to Cheryl? Well, can I... Let me see. Can I give it to Cheryl? This is a question. Can I give it to Cheryl? Hold on. Let me see. Messages, Whisper, Muppet, Aphrodite. All right, I want you to know that right now, I'm going to gift this to her. Oh, that's true. See, well then I can't gift it to her. Krellin, I'm gifting it to you. She's in the air. So, Krellin, I'm whispering you the key, the code key for Project Cars 2. Project Cars 2. Thank you, Krellin. I have sent it to you. You don't win too much. You don't win too much. You don't. You are lovely. You are lovely. Really, you don't win that too much. I'm looking. I'm looking. I've got a list. Okay. There's a new game coming out in under a month by the team that made 80 Days. Ooh.
Come on to my house, come on.
Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Emma. Welcome in. This is true. That's 3, but you didn't win anything. Actually, I don't think it's been... You won Little Nightmares in November, which was a while ago, actually. And before that, it doesn't look like you won February of 2018. Sorry, you don't... Wait, but Krellin, Trump says that you'll like winning and that you'll just win so much. Winning is for winners. So, where were we? Oh, I know what we were doing. We're going to play this game. Percentage is high. This is true. So, these fellas are lounging in front of a half-finished office building. But, by the way, I wouldn't ask Muppet Aphrodite right now because... Oh, Dema, I saw us last night, and it was very I feel like no, I'm good. It freaked me out. Us freaked me out. Freaked me out. Not in a bad way. I mean, you know what I mean. It was a horror movie. Oh, thanks, PH. Wait, PH, are you leaving because I'm about to play the game now? Is that why you're leaving? I see how it is. No, it's fine. It's going really well. We haven't started yet, but we're about to start right now. Totally, we're gonna start now. By the way, PH, go to sleep. Have a lovely evening. Sleep well. PH is like, that's it, I'm out of here. No, I honor it. But no, I understand it being past 1 a.m. You should go to bed. I support your choices. Take care of yourself. I will see you. Did it feel safe to go to sleep afterwards? For heaven's sakes. It wasn't that kind of scary, Anio, for me. I also did a dangerous thing. My tablet is set up in front of my Lazy Boy Expanso. Nice. For me, Us totally stressed me out. And it messed with me, but it wasn't scary like, oh no, I'm afraid to be in my house alone. For me, it wasn't that kind of scary. Oh! What? The name game! Come on, everybody! I say, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Wait. It's gonna come back, but I'm gonna mute it, right? So that I can sing all the names. Here we go. Ice bunny, bo, bice bunny, banana, fana, fo, fi, spuddy, fee, fi, mo, mice bunny, ice bunny. Striker, bo, biker, banana, fana, fo, fiker, fee, fi, mo, mica, striker. Zane, bo, bane, banana, fana, fo, fane, fee, fi, mo, main, Zane. Control freak, bo, control freak, banana, fana, fo, control freak, fee, fi, mo, control freak, control freak. Quiet geek, bo, bite beak, banana, fana, fo, fight geek, fee, fi, mo, might geek, quiet geek. Dema, bo, bema, banana, fana, fo, fema, fee, fi, mo, mema, Dema. Thank you for those gift subs. Thank you so much, Dema. That is much appreciated. Thank you. I'm enjoying all that. Like, woo, no, hey, there was no derailing at all. None. I don't even know what we were talking about. Taco filling. There's no derailing. I enjoy being able to go and sing the name game any and every time, all the time. Just a little bit of pipe. Quiet Geek, welcome into the Academic Foxhole. Also, Ice Bunny, you've been here forever. Striker City Mafia, Zane Kyber, Control Freak, of course. I know. See, Krellin, this is what I'm thinking. I think he'd be a really good Langston Wright. I'm just saying, I think he'd be a really good Langston Wright. I'm telling you, I've got thoughts on this matter. I think it would be a thing. And you know, it's a nice like little palate cleanser. I would do it this break if I could, but I don't think I can put together a Cthulhu Confidential game over the during the break in between Night Witches and the French Resistance game. Oh, I want to play with Nathan. Krellin, I am with you because I adore him. I think he's super talented, and I would love to play with him. I would, oh, yes. Also, good for you for stopping smoking, Ice Bunny. I want to play with Nathan. I am excited about this, very much so. And, they're, oh, I like all the subs. I just love their, what is Kiss? It's your boy, Nathan, a.k.a. What is Kiss, a.k.a. George R.R. Martin, a.k.a. the Wicked Warlock of the West. That's my impression of him. Right. I feel like I was saying something and I totally forgot what I was saying, which is totally fine. But that's yes. Oh, I love those. But we're gonna get they did. They do. And I don't, I love these emotes. Speaking of emotes, I need to go and do this weird complicated thing so I need to get a new top tier emote so that then I can then free that one up to then get a new second tier emote. So then I can free that one up so I can add it to the first tier emote. But I think I need to do that process. It'll be fine. It's fine. I see you, Dema, Bobema, Banana Fana Fofema. Oh, that's the new cauliflower note? Oh, I love it. I love that cauliflower. Nice. All right, here. We're back to you all. Here, I'm going to take my mute off. And then I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Yes. Thank you, Jer. I have to ponder this a little bit, but I got to get on it. All right, so. These fellas are lounging in front of their half-finished office building. I do want to play Cthulhu Confidential, though. And maybe I can do it in the summer. I have to ponder this. Yes. In the front of a half-finished office building, taking their lunch break. Hey, one calls, waving you down. Rick was telling us a story. Listen, okay? And you tell us if it's bullshit or not. Sure. Here we go. Rick, a credulous-seeming fellow, starts telling you a story about the Leatherman, who has walked a route across Connecticut for 200 years. Oh, they're not. These fellas. There you go. Thanks, Jer. Thank you. See how it is? I get distracted. You realize it's the story of the Leatherman whose ghost haunts Connecticut, but changed in a few major ways, so it's definitely part bullshit, right? But it's also a little real. I'm a skeleton. I'm gonna say it's not bullshit. Time's up. See you in an hour for Critical Role. But there's no Critical Role this time. Half the group groans. Okay, so we are here. This is our goal. We're gonna talk to some friends. We're right by Washington. We're gonna do our thing. I know there's no Critical Role. I want to play more Cthulhu Confidential. And there's also going to be a one-on-one spy thing, and I want to run that too.
Hey, traveler.
Oh, hey.
Come to join my fire again?
Yes. What's your name? Thank you, Krellin. It is. You know why it's loud? It's loud because we had to turn it up for Ginger Rogers. This game is not the game, not at all. B-Boodle! B-Boodle, don't you want to know about this little kid? Knowing you may manage to play for an hour and a half if we don't derail you all the time. I'm gonna play. Having a crush on an NB is not straight, Krellin. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I guess I know you well enough to let you set yourself down for a spell.
Who's this? I do, but it's gone midnight, B-Boodle. Hey, B-Boodle, it's gone midnight. I don't know whether or not some who's non-binary? Who's non-binary? Wait, who what? Oh. You could... what is kisses? Totally crush-worthy. Fact. Be-boodle. Oh, talking about Nathan. Or did? I don't know. I have no idea. There's something I wanted to tell you. Be-boodle. Have a good evening. Sleep well. And have sweet dreams. And do goodness. use whatever you want.
You remember Cass and Flip?
Hello, Cass and Flip. I don't remember what this person likes.
You want to hear more about my travels?
I do.
Well, sure. Why not? Nothing better than trading stories around the fire. And I got stories.
Huh. Could be non-binary, gender fluid. I don't know. I'm so coffee hyped. Let's find out about this kid.
I want to hear a story about ghosts or murderers or something. Scary stuff.
Oh, I've got ghost and murderer stories, kid. I have passed the message on. She says good. Oh, good. Thank you. So he wants a scary story. And I have got scary stories. I'm going to tell the story of... I want to tell the story of the ghost who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra because I feel like this kid is totally going to stab me. This is true.
That was a chuckle to be sure. But do you know anything more lively?
That wasn't supposed to be funny. Fine.
Traps and such like.
That was not great. This kid, I like the kid's voice, right? It's probably done by an adult woman.
One time in Fort Worth, a feller tried to take Cass and Flip away.
Did you stab them?
Said a kid couldn't look out for him proper like. That they were fat in Fort Worth and they were going to the pound so that he could find him a good home. Well, before I could much argue, Flip bit the hell out of that busybody and Cass and I joined in shortly. I don't think I ever seen a fella so surprised.
Yeah, his eye's not completely open. I just need to get one or two, I think. And I think that'll be fine.
I ain't going back to Fort Worth no more.
Apparently not, my friend.
I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
I will scare you, my friend. I'm going to tell you something super scary. You want something scary? Like, how about the story of... that's sad. I don't think we're in Texas. I think we're close. But I don't think we're actually in Texas. I'm going to tell the story of the creepy mill, because that's creepy. And if I do it...
Wow.
I forgot the kid's name.
That's the stuff, stranger. Spooky campfire tales are my favorite.
Thank you. Thompson, I need to get the kid's name, though, so that I can write it down. And remember that this kid likes scary stories.
My family.
What about your family? Tell me about it.
There ain't
Outside
no
of Philly,
way
thank
I'm
you.
gonna start
Oh, no.
flapping about those bastards. Judases, the lot of them. Enough said.
Okay. Actually, we're in the game. We're right outside of Washington, D.C. right now. We're really close to Washington, D.C., if I remember correctly. The story of college tuition rates in the last 100 years, that's scary. Finn, thank you, Sal.
Got any stories that are a little sad?
I do, but I'm not going to tell them to you. Finn, you like scary and you like sad. So I'm not going to tell you those stories because you have full-on eye. So I'm just going to tell you some stories that are like of love. Oh, but I should probably tell you a story that I want to increase, right? Like, how about the story of the metal worker? There you go. Oh, no Finn?
I don't get too much out of tales that are so cheerful. Not enough excitement for me. Traveling, I sure do love it. And I've seen some pretty things out there.
Quinn, maybe? That seems like Quinn. Quinn?
I seen serpent trains passing on a green and gold sea. I seen mountains so tall and forests so thick, nobody will ever tame them.
Speaking of forests...
I once seen a bunch of townies skinny dipping in a river. That sure was something.
When I took the train across the country from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., because I had to move because I graduated UCLA, more or less, hadn't actually finished. Yeah, that's right, because this sounds like an adult woman doing the voice of a boy, which happens all the time. And I had to go to Virginia because I was teaching there. when I took the train across the country. When I was somewhere in the South, I was on the train looking out the window, and I was passing by this forest, and the entire forest was blanketed with kudzu, as if somebody had just like draped a curtain of ivy on the forest. It was kind of creepy looking. Yeah, those dogs are gonna turn to creepy.
Too. Biblical floods and starving folks.
Bart.
And black blizzards full of dust. I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
Did I tell you they found a baby in a bag in a park close to my home? Oh, no, I didn't know that, Ice Bunny. Oh. She voiced Clementine in The Walking Dead? Wow. Huh. So he wants scary stories, but we have a full eye, so we're not going to tell him that. We're going to tell him the story of the newspaper person, because we don't want to waste our scary and sad stories.
That was a chuckle to be sure, but do you know anything more lively? Choosing between right and wrong is a tricky subject.
It is.
As long as a tramp is generous when they can be, I see no harm in bumming myself. Besides, times are hard and things are depressed, but you don't see the rich folk pitching in much, do ya?
Nope. Oh, the baby was alive. Ice Bunny, I thought the baby was dead.
I want to hear one of them venturing tales.
Yeah, no, I
Got
totally
me?
see it, Krellin. I do have these tales, but I'm not going to tell you because, again, I have other things, right, that I'm...
Ain't life got enough tearjerkers in it without telling stories like that? Jeez. Authority, bosses and such. I ain't nobody's little Angelina, if that's what you're asking. I take care of myself and my dogs.
Do you know what's really hard, Krellin, and also others? There's very little work for people of color as voice actors. There are very few, like a lot of like voice actors who are people of color, they just don't get jobs as much. And that's why I was sort of upset when Laura Bailey got that job playing the Aboriginal woman, I think, in the Nathan Drake ones. Yeah, Cree Summer, the one person, right? And I just like,
I don't need no
that's
joker
hard.
looking out for me. So if you're offering, don't. Shoot, I thought I told you to be respectful.
I'm being respectful. I'm being respectful.
You want to keep enjoying my spot or not? Think about that.
Thank you, Crone. I agree.
Oh, heck. The night's over already. I sure enjoyed talking to you, but I gotta get on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road this way.
All right. Yeah, there's...
The tramping life suits me just fine. Every day is a venture. With things being so depressed, folks walk around like it's the end of everything good. But it ain't. Plenty
well,
nice
she's
things
mixed.
to see if you know where to look.
But generally speaking, I think it's a bit of a problem. It's always like the same, like 3 people, you know? Yes, Ice Bunny, what is your question? The man reads the newspaper. By the way, Ashley Birch's Behind the Sheets was really good. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Like, I feel a little bit uncomfortable that VOs don't know the job that they're auditioning for, that like maybe the job is super sketchy and they don't, you know, like maybe they wouldn't want to do it. I would think it was it Laura Bailey or maybe Marisha Ray, or who was it? It might have been Laura Bailey who was talking about how like she would go and audition for things she wouldn't know what they were, and it turns out they're like prostitute number 4 and she just has to moan a lot back in her early days. That's rough. Who did they had Sam's wife was on the show, right? Oh, Quiet Geek. Thanks for being here and chatting with us, Quiet Geek. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you maybe on Saturday for Night Witches. Yeah, that's right. It was Laura Bailey who was talking about it. Right? Sort of like how you get these jobs and it turns out the jobs are super sketch, but you've already been cast in it. Krellin, I see you. I see you. I see you there. I would like them to have yes, Krellin, I'm with you. Why does ethnicity matter in VO? It is not that you see the persons. Someone with a dark skin could do a VO character with also logic. So here's the thing, Ice Bunny. When you say that like it doesn't matter, that would be cool if people of color got jobs. But the problem is people of color don't get jobs. So whenever they say it doesn't matter, then they end up casting all white people all the time. That's right, Birch. Logic and Birch. Yeah, that's why, like, when people say, oh, it doesn't matter, it's like, it doesn't matter what race you are. They're like, well, then why is everybody white? Then all of a sudden it does matter, right? Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I should probably see it. I should watch that one. Yeah. This man reads the newspaper with barely contained horror, his grimace spreading wider and wider as he makes his way down the page. Suddenly his frown cracks into something with a little more amazement in it. Whoa, he says. Though they did cast Kimberly Brooks as Ashley in Mass Effect, that was cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if people of different colors got to play anybody in voiceover, then it would be fine, but it doesn't happen very often. Well, but the thing is, there are a lot of black people who don't sound quote-unquote black, right? And vice versa. So it's not like that is a thing you can do. Like, it's a learned situation, so you can learn it. Like, people will say that I don't sound black because I grew up in California, and my mom was a hippie, but whatever that means, right? So it's a thing you can put on. When it becomes common for PC to get white roles in VO, I will stop being upset about white people being PO. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yep, Krellin. He reads out a story about the cursed violin forever haunted by Louise Ames. You're shocked. It's the story of the violin which could only be played by its true owner, but with some bits changed. Do you really think this happened? And I'll say, oh yeah. He shrugs. Sounds like nonsense to me for sure, he says. The stuff they print these days. So here's what is up, folks. I think we can max out that boy Quinn. Even though there's some people down there, I think we're in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I think we should head up this way. Wait. Hey, Lysander, Gustav, how are you doing? I'm looking for that kid on the map. Where is he? He's near Maryland, right? Where did he go? Well, we were in Maryland. He's up. Where is that kid? I feel like he's just up this way, but now I don't see him. Where'd he go? I mean, it's tricky. We imagine there's, I have a colleague who's, he's down south by Virginia. So we've got to go down to Virginia is what we have to do. That's fine. We're going to Virginia. We have a really full map so far. I mean, like, we've met all the people. Look at that. There's some things we haven't, like, there are some places, like, we're not really full in Nebraska, Colorado, Mexico, Texas. We need to get there a little bit more. Yeah, no, you are not wrong, Krellin. You're not wrong. That is, you are not wrong. And, you know, like, I get also there's a lot of difficulty with being white passing, but then there's also things that you get for being white passing, right? Being white passing is complicated. That is a complicated situation. And it's not easy. And there are, no, I don't want to hop a train. No. Sorry, I did not want to hop a train. That is not what I wanted to do. I just want to cross the river. Oh, but that one with Ashley Burst, that was pretty intense. That was a pretty intense between the sheets. Behind the sheets? Between the sheets. Behind the sheets. Between the sheets. Yeah, right. They're just different problems. Exactly. Not easier or worse. They're just different. And yeah, exactly. That's it, Jer, right? Yeah. Being erased is not better, right? Being made invisible in certain ways is not better. Yeah, they're just different, and I think that's the best way to put it. We're gonna figure out this kid right now. We're gonna figure him out. Hello, kid. What do you look like? Quinn. Oh.
Stranger, it's good to see you again.
We haven't...
You know, I'm gonna see this whole world one day, but for now, I just got my sights set on seeing all 48 of the great U.S.
Alright, let's see what we got, kid.
I already seen 10 whole states. That's better than my folks ever done, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's tricky.
Plenty of townies and even some tramps treat me like I'm kid simple. But I ain't helpless.
Only chapter 2, yeah.
And I only act it when I ain't got no better choice. Like if I get pinched.
Alright.
I do right fine on my own. Don't need nobody but Cass and Flip.
Alright.
Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
I might have a thrilling story. I think I got a story about a rodeo. Yeah. I don't know what you want, kid. Farmers planting seeds. What are you gonna think is? What are you gonna think is exciting? It's hard, you know. What will you find exciting? I knew that we had a... I think I have a bunch of stories. The question is, what do I have up, right, in my thing? Don't kick the computer against the wall. Mammoth Beach. Bertha's displacement. Oh, water. I'll think about it. The man who could soothe animals near Shiprock. Maybe that one might be. Yeah, he wants. There's a whole inventory of stories, but you have to have them up at the time. You know what? I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell the story of one of the people. So I'm gonna tell the story of Rocio's long journey because that will always trigger. But it's not great because I don't want to use those really right now. But
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
Thank you.
Joy. I surely have seen some joyful scenes in my travels. Just a few trains back, I was invited to partake in a harvest by some kindly folk. Had quite the feast, and the dogs got to run around a farm.
This poor kid. I'm sorry, Ice Bunny, about your battery.
After I was heading out that I saw the little baby graves. Strange to play stand-in for ghosts.
Understandable.
Seems joy's all mixed with sadness these days. Makes my head hurt. You got any stories that are a little sad?
Oh, yeah, I do have sad stories. I've got, yeah. I will tell you the story of, I've got some, wait, there's, the man on the beach in Miami despairing about the future. Like, you want some existential sadness? I got that. Like, I have got sad stories for you, my friend.
I don't usually like the sad ones, but that sure was beautiful.
Was it?
Thank you.
It's gonna be hard to max out his eye.
Future. I suppose I'll just keep heading west. California sounds mighty fine, and most everyone is heading that way anyhow. Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
This is not optimal. I feel like, what about the bull that gets revenge on the people who imprison his people? Laura and Cree worked together on 13 titles. Oh, wow. 13 titles. And Cree Summer's famous because she was in Different World, was it? She was like TV actor. I don't know if he'll find this one exciting.
Whoa.
Yes.
Quite a story, stranger.
Good. Okay. Oh, thanks, Dema. Thank you.
Authority.
I'll see you on Saturday.
Rail yard dicks don't ruffle me none. I just tell them my poor ma and my poor pa died of the pneumonia.
Oh. Which was she in Prince and the Frog?
I give him crocodile tears about trying to get over to my gran just down the way.
Take care,
All
Dema.
I got's left is my dogs, mister. Works damn near every time.
Oh,
I
Atlantis.
want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
Why do you keep asking for those stories, my friend? Like, you just... What? Ooh. You want something that's adventuresome. And... Kita... Oh, I haven't seen Atlantis. It's a little tricky because I really want to max out this person's... Well, we're just going to do it like this. I don't want to use my people's stories so much, but...
Well, that was a lively tale.
Perfect.
I remember lots of folks talking about fate and fortune before I started my travels. Talk on the River was about them populists and their Louisiana governor. Some folks say they was up to no good, that they was lazy and un-American, cheating fate with government meddling. Others said we all got the right to be kings, if we'd only let all folks have a fair shot. I suppose I ain't right in line with neither, but I don't think there's nothing un-American about needing help.
Fair enough. Kita was the Princess of Atlantis, but because Disney doesn't consider it one of their core movies... I don't even know how I feel about this whole Disney princess situation, to be
I
honest.
want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
No! Sorry, this kid just keeps wanting an adventure, and I'm like, I can't tell you all that it's adventure all the time. It was, let me tell you a story of, how about... The story of, the mysterious woman preaching the gospel.
I don't get too much out of tales that are so cheerful. Not
Okay.
enough excitement for me. Faith.
All right.
Well, I ain't the religious type, though I was raised in the Christian way. I reckon I don't see no point to trusting a God what could squash you in an instant. Such a situation don't exactly breed trusting.
I suppose that is fair, Quinn.
Aw, heck. The night's over already. I sure enjoyed talking to you, but
Oh.
I gotta get on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road.
I think we might be able to...
Sometimes I surely do wonder
Finish
what
him
become of
today.
this land. Folks have been chasing the dream of tying it up for so long. Now they got their wish. Things are worse than ever. Maybe America was never meant to be held in your hand like this.
Maybe not, my friend. So... Alright, chapter 3 for this kid is available. I say... We go do it. We go get, Nope. I'm looking for... How was it? What was the way to... Twitch does not like that link. I'm trying to remember what it was to, hitchhike. No, that wasn't it. No. What was hitchhiking? I just want to ride. Hitchhike? That's not hitchhiking. Oh, wait. Goal. Your goal is to fulfill your obligation to the wolf by finding all 16 characters scattered over the US and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. Okay. Stories. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. I forgot how to do it. There's a way to... Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. There we go. All right, I found it. I'm gonna hitchhike. Hitchhike. No? Oh, come on. Whatever. People are being the worst. They won't let me hitchhike. It's fine. Hitchhike? Yes. God, I'm gonna... Treasure Planet. Didn't have a princess, but had a kick-butt lady captain. Lady ship captain. You know, there's a lot of Disney films I've not seen, though. And I probably should, but I just haven't. There's a story over there that we're not getting. I wonder how far they're going to take me on this journey. I wonder where I'm going. Oh, there's another story we don't have. How far am I going? Where are they taking me? I feel like I'm being kidnapped. Lift the hem of my pants leg. But you can't even see my pants leg. Alright, I don't know why I'm being kidnapped right now. I'm being kidnapped. But that's alright. Hopefully they'll just drop me off by that kid. And there goes Trooper. Walking Skelly. Just, are you gonna... Thank you. Alright. Like I'm the cruising Skelly. Just, you know, show some leg for the hitchhiking. I got it. Barbie films are... I don't think I've ever seen a Barbie film. Unless you mean... Yeah. I know we've seen this one. The St. Louis... Oh yeah, I need to send more stories. Alright, so the question is, are we by this guy Quinn? If we are, I probably need to change out a couple stories. Is that Quinn? Does that look like Quinn to you? Actually, I don't think it does. I think that's Dupree and not Quinn, which means I think we might have missed Quinn. Where did he go? Ugh. We totally missed that kid. Dang it. It's fine. We're gonna talk to this person, but we're way too far south. It's alright. Dupree! Oh hey, it's Dupree! What does she look like? Oh.
Don't you come no closer. I ain't talking to you. I ain't got nothing you want.
Yeah. Okay. What? Hello. How are you? Are you okay? Just relax, Dupree.
Stay back there. I got a gun on me.
Okay.
What are you doing here? I ain't took nothing from you. It was all in the cards. We're square.
Relax. I'm just a robot. I'm just a skeleton hobo.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Get going. I'm saying well, fine. You just sit there.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, no, when you get to their final chapter, they reveal their true self. So you talk to them and you get their trust, and the more you get their trust, the more they'll open up to you. When you get to the chapter 3, you get to reveal their true form. And then if you can finish that chapter, you'll kind of get the end of their story. It's the last stage.
You ain't got a gun. Who am I kidding? You're no threat to me. You're so gentle and gullible, I ain't sure you really even exist.
I'm sort of dead.
It's true. I hustled you good. I ain't apologizing. We ain't going back. But I'll tell you how the game works if you want. My little favor, sweetheart.
You know, you're a grifter, but I'm dead, so it's cool.
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mom.
You want a scary story, huh? All right, well, you want scary though, right? You want like a scary story? Well, I feel like I could just make this easy. I'll tell you the story of the Creepy Mill. By, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Good one.
Thank you.
I think maybe you got the talent for turning the mood, sweetheart.
I worry about this woman. She kind of scares me.
My mom would be proud of me for taking instead of being the victim. She would.
Would she?
She would be proud of me. All that time being beat and being left by the guys who said I love you, or the cops, or the casino security. But sometimes I get the better of the world and I ain't sorry.
You do you, Dupree.
I ain't sorry one bit. I got you fair and square.
You're being super aggro right now. I'm just a hobo skeleton.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of justifications. I can tell you the story of the bull that exacts revenge on those people who imprison his people. That's kind of thrilling, wasn't it? Yeah, I think she'll like that.
Haha, good one. Exciting enough to keep attention, but true enough to trick 'em up.
I worry about her.
Oh, yeah? And what you gonna say to the cops? This little girl robbed you?
I'm not gonna talk to the cops. Like, relax.
We were playing cards, sweetheart, and you lost fair and square.
Look, probably you cheated, but I also lost cards to the devil, so you're like small time.
And you can't say I cheated, because if you say that, you gotta outline exactly how I did that. And I can see by your face you've no clue.
Look, seriously, I lost cards to the devil. Relax.
And still, cops would rather arrest you for this injury, see? It's still here in my side. I'll tell them it was you.
Wow. Okay.
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mark.
You know, she's kind of creeping me out. How about if I tell you the story of the woman who ground her children's bones into insecticide that could kill anything? How about that? That's scary.
Sorry, honey, but
What?
that just ain't good enough.
Oh,
The sad story is the key of the whole hustle, so you gotta get it right.
okay, sorry.
Oh, come on there, get over it.
Oh, no, I don't think I'll be able
I
to-
won what I won, and you knew I was a hustler. You knew I was a grifter by nature.
I don't think I can max her out this time.
You stayed to listen to my stories, and so whose fault is it now that I just gave in to my natural talents and grabbed a little something for myself?
You know, you're justifying a lot. Relax.
Does it hurt a little? I'm sure it does.
No, I'm dead.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
Yeah, I'm gonna just tell you a generic story. I'm gonna tell you the story of, Jimmy's parable. It's a lot of justifications here.
You thrill 'em like that and they'll be all yours, honey. You never should have trusted me, friend.
I don't trust you.
It's an old trick, a trick of intimacy, see? I rip open my heart and you feel like the world owes me something. And boy, does it. And then I do to you what the world did to me.
I do not know why your mom is in this game, Jer.
Was all of it a yawn? Well, I guess I'll leave you to decide. But rest assured, I feel plenty sorry enough for myself on my own.
Okay.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
Not really. I'm gonna tell you the story of Fedalina. We're gonna use my, you know.
You thrill 'em like that and they'll be all yours,
Ooh.
honey.
I think we just need one more for her.
No, you let me have something sweet, something I never had before. You listen, you never interrupted, you never stopped to tell me your life story.
Nope, because I'm dead.
You just wanted to sit around with me and talk, and you ain't even try to rob me. What sort of person are you out here in the wild of America with a girl who steals?
I am dead. I'm a skeleton hobo.
Sun's up, so get out. You can see your way to walk, so you ain't got an excuse. It's time to leave.
She's super aggro right now.
And don't you go where I'm headed. That's my territory next. But, well, okay, you ain't no competition.
Thank you. I might just find you, actually.
You're like a little flower waiting to get cut down by the plow. I hope you've smartened up a bit the next time I see you.
What if everybody's secretly a skeleton hobo? That's a good question. Look, I actually just want to finish her out because we're really close to that. We're also close to the kid Quinn, but she's really aggressive and sort of violent, so I just want to finish that. They listen raptly about the story about the devil taking form as a bull sent to terrorize sinners. You realize it's the story of the terrible king of bulls exacting revenge on those who imprison his people, but heavily embellished. The young man on the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices as if he's told it this way 1,000 times before. Oh, Control Freak, I will see you. We're gonna go and finish Dupree's story. Good night, Control Freak. hey, we have maxed out a couple of stories. I'm feeling good about that. We're gonna find Dupree. We're gonna finish her story tonight. She's very defensive about her, or defiant. I feel like defiant is perhaps a better way to describe her than defensive. She doesn't actually feel defensive. She feels like she's feeling pretty fine about whatever she's got going on. And I feel like she would stab you. And that's fine. Hey, we're in Tallahassee. A Neo. We're going to Florida. We might be attacked. It's cool. I don't know how I feel about her. We're gonna get this out of the way. We're gonna talk to her. More Florida. I think this is her, right? Is this her? It is her. We're gonna finish her up. I think it must be before the orange groves.
You again? Like a thorn in my foot, you chase me down again and again, cause you're a poor loser.
No, you know, really, you are quite unpleasant, Dupree.
You got hustled, but we all get hustled, especially gullible mocks like you. So learn the game or it'll happen again.
You're not a nice person.
And if you look at it that way, I'm doing you a favor telling you how it works. I mean, what did you expect? I told you I steal.
That's why my mom always said when people tell you who they are, believe them, right?
Now it's your turn. Scare me like you'd scare a good mom.
I know, right? When people are like, yeah, we're gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you the story of love. What do you have to tell me about love? Yeah, she's like a piece of work. I think we're gonna get a full eye from her.
That one ain't bad. When they shiver and shake
We're
for
done.
you, that's when you know you got 'em.
Wow. Your story of love is like,
You're
okay.
just trying to hustle me back now. It wasn't nothing, we was talking.
It's fine.
I took a little time from you, a little empathy is all. I didn't steal nothing you wasn't offering.
It's cool. Relax.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
So at this point in time, since we've maxed her out, what I'm gonna do is pick some stories. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, right? Pick some stories that I think will, that I want to advance. So how about, the story of the astronomer? I'm just gonna pick some stories to advance them since I'm finished her eye.
That ain't true. You can't lure a mock with some cheesy something that don't seem true.
Well, but I did see it.
You know, my stepdaddy used to say that the anger is momentary. Because tomorrow you realize that what was stolen from you is easily replaceable. We're like these little reminders of materialism, the fluidity of things, the way things shift across the world, you know? I remember he said, we ain't like the robbers. We don't injure you, put you in a bad place. We just guide it out of your hands so you think for a second it was lost.
So you come from a whole family of grifters.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
I'm not going to tell you a story like that. I'm going to tell you the stories that I want to tell you. I want to talk about maybe the future. Although, yeah. Let's find out. What do you have to say about the future, my friend?
That ain't true. You can't lure a mock with some cheesy something that don't seem true. In the future, you better watch yourself trusting nice young hustler ladies with a little conversation, with a little card playing, trusting them with your time and your gentle ear. You can't trust any of us. That's what I give you. Next time you see my silhouette, you walk straight on by, because no one out there can put aside their feral nature. No, sir.
You are super cynical, my
I
friend.
steal because that's what I does.
Apparently.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
No, I'm just going to tell you the stories that I want to tell you, because right now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you a story of... how about a story of... how about choice and morality? Yeah, let's do that.
Sweetheart, did I say I wanted to hear some crap joke?
Wow. Wow.
Look, I'm a grifter, sweetheart. What did you want me to do? Heck, I even did like you.
Really?
Don't know what made me play against you, but you know that kind of thing is precious around here. It's like gasoline. It keeps us going. It keeps us looking at the horizon, makes our bellies scratch for dinner.
She was not the musician. She's the grifter.
I'm not a saint.
I knew that.
And you knew I wasn't a saint when you came here.
That, by the way, this whole line of discussion, this is a big sign to avoid, like, this is just not a person to hang out with.
Now you show me how you do it. Pretend I'm a mark and tell me a story to make my heart race.
My mom always said that you have to watch out for people who say things like, I'm an asshole, I'm a jerk, I'm a bad person, because when they're telling you that, they're usually telling you that so they can justify to themselves later when they treat you badly. That when they tell you those things, you should maybe just pay attention, because there's usually a reason why they're telling you that, and you should watch out. I'm gonna tell the story of Casey Jones, the theatrical railroader.
Haha, good one. Exciting enough to keep attention, but true enough to trick 'em up.
She does not seem like a good
I drove
person.
through Reno and out the other side, and after that I thought I'd never meet another gullible mark again. Till you.
Thanks?
Came a long way just to meet your gentle manner and your patience for a grifter to work her trick on you.
Okay.
Good job, I say. Made it all worth it. It's just my way, you know.
Is it?
I was shaped by the world, and all I do is reflect the nature of it.
Yeah, my mom was a wise hippie mom for certain. For certain.
You know, wherever you go, I'll be taking a little extra from a stranger. No prejudice. How's that for you?
I don't like it. I think that maybe you should work on being a better human being, Dupree. And what if you fall mad in love with someone like that? No, this is why my mom gave me this advice, right? Because there's a moment when you've not yet fallen in love with somebody, when you're just like, oh, they seem really interesting. And usually people will tell you very early on, people like that, kind of user type people will tell you early on, because they want to set up and they also want to test you. Being careful with, thank you, Levi, be careful with your heart. And when people start telling you that you're like, oh, you seem really attractive, and they're like, I'm a bad person, be like, oh, sorry, bye. Like, don't do it. Was your dad Odin? Should we call you Shadow Moon? Let's see. So he launches a story about the haunted mill operated by ghosts, and this one, you know, is the story of the creepy mill, but wilder and stranger than you remember. So, did we get that? We're open up that eye? Maybe. All right, so we need, where do we need to go? I feel like we can get another story in before we go. Let's look at our map. We are kind of far away from anything, aren't we? There are people up north we could see. So we need to travel up north, it looks like. There are more tales out west, I'm sure. But let's see if we can find some way to travel. That is Florida, right? We need to get out of Florida. I just want a road. Is somebody driving somewhere? Here, maybe we can, maybe if we head this way, we can, let's see if there's somebody driving we can get a ride with. Because there's a road up there. Although, people look like they're driving south, not north. Your parents are the antidotes to everything. Gotta get out of Florida. That's what a Neo says. But I don't know. Hey, Neo, you drive the 17? Is that the freeway that you take? Oh, hey, look at that. I mean, I don't know if you do or not. 95. Does 17 exist still? So we tell the story of the wandering man murdered by his romantic rival. You recognize the bones of it from your experience of the dead man by the abandoned railway. It's been embellished in the interim, though. And then we're gonna head past Savannah. You drive 95. Isn't that a song by Van Halen? No, it is not. We're going to... I just want to... All right, we're going to head towards South Carolina. I just want some good stories, meet some people. That Dupree, she's not a good person. If my mother wants to shut me up and she says everything is fine, if it is not, but that drives me so endless mad. So they told this story about the newspaper that made up stock prices after Black Tuesday to stave off the Depression. It does, but it goes diagonal from west to east, whereas 95 is straight. Oh, okay. So we realize it's a story that, so we just did that. It's good. We have maxed out some stories, and so we probably need to switch out a couple of our tales, focusing on some adventuresome tales before we... I wonder if you can walk to Key West in this game. Oh. I don't think you can. But I'm seeing some fires up there. So I think we are in the right... We're in the right ballpark. And I think we can probably get a little bit more... Oh! That is true, Lysander. I gotta tell you, though... That woman, not worth all that Florida to get to Key West. I'm disturbed. I've got to tell you, I'm disturbed by Dupree. Her justifications are super sketch.
You come across the two musicians on the corner, playing no
super
louder
sketch
than a murmur. The blind one to the left doesn't sing so much as moan. If we are willing, he will teach us to love our brothers, to dance and sing.
Let's stay.
It continues. We dream of his seat in heaven. Around our heads his flowers ring.
We'll stay.
Oh, Prince, in heaven we sing for rapture. We all must perish, our flowers and our names. But the flowers in our Prince's kingdom, they shall not perish. They shall remain.
I'm gonna keep staying. Be respectful of the performance.
There is a joy there, and there is friendship. For our passage we shall sing. We dream of his seat in heaven. Around our heads his flowers ring. They stop and look at you expectantly, nodding at their empty hat.
I will tip them.
You throw them a coin. Obliged,
I know.
they both say, and sing the song all over again.
Hey, it's the Depression. We're gonna tip them, right? It's fine. And I think we can get... I think we can take that train farther up north and have a pretty good time of it. The men lean against the wall of the hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the gunfire that fills the streets of Chicago all day and night, interrupting one another with their excitement to tell it. You recognize the story. It's a story about the killers on the streets. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asks one of the men, eyes bright. You think that really happened? Of course. I'm not sure myself, he replies, but damn, it sounds wild. I think we can take this train, and it'll take us to DC, which I think is good. We're gonna take the train up north. Hopefully we won't get murdered. Well, I'm already dead, so it's fine. You know, I think it's... You hop off the boxcar and successfully sneak your way out of the train yard without catching any unwanted attention. Look at that. That's great. And there's a person right there to talk to. There are a bunch of people out there. The question is, who is this? Let's look at our map. I think this is our kid. This is our kid, everybody. You're like, I can't pay with your singing. I can't do it. So before we talk to this kid one more time, I think we should switch out a couple of our stories. And I think we should... So here's the thing. He needs exciting stories. And let's see if there's the witch girl, Pecos Bill, who wrote up a tornado. That's kind of exciting. Oh, it's a full story, but all right. Let's get rid of Johnny Appleseed. The two musicians, 30 cotton pickers, the new grandfather, 12 white riders. No, that one's full. Corn farmers, light from the sky, maybe. Sure, let's do that. No jobs. The cart horse faster than the steam train. That seems exciting. Oop, wrong one. Lighthouse that would only... So let's go, unnerving lounge singer, two girls in the haunted house. Let's go with unnerving lounge singer, because that's weird. Let's see. We're just looking for the newspaper story. We can maybe get rid of that. How about the man? All right, we're just trying to get rid of some of our stories that have been maxed out. And the formula... Well, I'm not going to do... Like, I'm just going to get a little bit. The trickster who lures... The farmer woodcutter with incredible strength. No, I do have work to do, and that is 100% true. So I do. I've got a bunch of work I have to do tonight. So I'm gonna just like finish up a little bit. Zombie who worked in water, the murderous tomcat. All right, and then no, that one we've done. Actually, it looks like a... Oh, I also do have to get dinner. I feel like I'm just trying to... How about the gunfire that fills Chicago might be exciting. All right, I've not fixed up everything, but I do have stories that are not all full. So we're gonna talk to Quinn. We're gonna max him out. What does he look like? Quinn, what's your thing? Whoa.
You seem an alright sort, stranger. But there are some real bums out there, and I ain't talking about folks who are down on their luck.
Oh my goodness.
Got myself run off from a nice spot I done set all up a few miles back for winter. Ain't the first time I've been run off.
Wow, okay.
Let me tell you about the bunch of Judases what raised me. I was oldest, had a brother and a baby sister.
I'm concerned about where this story is going.
The farm was small, but it weren't sad and all full of ruination in the early days. But I suppose my ma and pa couldn't make a go of it. When things started getting depressed and tight, every damn thing started to fall to pieces.
I think he has 3 kobolds in a jacket.
First, they stole from us money we'd been saving or earned, things they could sell.
Yeah,
Then
it is.
They abandoned my brother, letting him die instead of calling a doctor.
Whoa! Okay.
Then they sent me on my way, saying they couldn't provide no more, that I was too big for 'em to keep. I want to hear one of them venturing tales. Got any?
You know, kid, I think I have enough stories to max you out, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna learn your story and we're gonna finish it. With, you know... Yeah.
Whoa, quite a story, stranger.
Yeah.
Authority. When I really think on it, I reckon my folks started out with the best intentions. Wanted to give their kids a good life, a good home, but they failed.
I'm really worried about this kid.
And it wasn't them who paid the price. Isn't that just what authority means? You don't suffer for the decisions you make. Someone else does.
Yeah, I will definitely have his
I
story.
want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
Yeah, we're gonna go safe, and I'm gonna tell you the story of August. Ugh.
Wow, that's the stuff, stranger. Spooky campfire tales are my favorite.
This kid is super disturbing. Look at all the little hands, right? It's not just like there are all these hands coming out of that. Like there's far more than just 6 hands.
Stranger, I try my best not to think on the past. This ain't my normal state of things. But, you see, Cass ain't a very good conversationalist, and it's nice to have someone really listen to my story. Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
You're really disturbing me, kid. I'm gonna tell you the story of Rose. Yeah, you're right, Vulpes. It's him and his ghost brothers.
Well, that was a lively tale.
Yeah.
Future slippery. I'll admit, stranger. I don't rightly know
Yeah,
what the
Vulpes.
future's got in store for me. I make my way just fine presently, but I'm only getting older, and I fear folk will have less kindness for me as I do. Is there gonna be a good place for me somewhere in all this wilderness?
I don't know, my friend.
Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
I'm gonna tell you the story of Bertha's displacement. Oof.
Well, that was something. You spin a good yarn.
Thank you.
Makes me think of my family. Things were bad way before my folks turned betrayer on me.
Did you kill
Daddy
them?
was a harsh, mean man, cold and fierce, always on about discipline and living hard but true. Huh. Sad when I think on it. Mama was a limp sort, acted like she got all her caring out of the way long before you came along. Empty folk who couldn't keep what they had. I want to hear a story about ghosts or murderers or something. Scary stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna ask you about love. You know?
You spin a good yarn.
We maxed
I
out?
was shivering there for a
No.
little bit.
We need to talk to him again.
Love? Well, I love these dogs. Took Cass with me when I left. She was the family dog for that, though me and my brother were always the ones what really looked after her. Figured they'd starve her or eat her at the first chance they got, so I didn't ask permission, just got myself ready for a fight. But they didn't try and stop me. Well, night's over. Didn't understand all your stories, but I'd hear more if I see you again on my travels. Look, I didn't mean to drag you down with my stories of misery and suffering or whatever, but you're a good listener. That's rare in a person, you know. But round you, I feel safe to tell the truth. Look, I'm heading up the road this way. Where are you going? I hope our roads cross again, friend.
We're gonna finish Quinn today, by the way. And then I'll go, but we're gonna finish Quinn today. But yeah, I don't he's disturbing. Just those are my feelings, that he is disturbing. And I you know, it is easy to talk to skeletons. Skeletons are not super judgy. Let's I think he's right over there, is what I think. But we've got a bunch of people we can talk to right over there, but I think we can hit I think we can finish him. And by that I don't mean murder him. I think he killed his parents. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just that image is super disturbing. So I'm like, hey, Pittsburgh. I don't know. Thor Ragnarok opens with Thor in a cage telling a story to a skeleton. Oh, I haven't seen it yet. This game would not have won a prize if it was a Disney Sugar Cookies like. Let's make sure we are in the right place. Actually, I don't think that's him, is it? Well, because that's maybe Cassidy? Yes? I feel like that could be him. Let's see. Let's jump in and find out if that's him. Quinn? Yeah, this is it. It's so disturbing.
Hey, stranger. It's good to see you. I've been missing our talk since you and I last split.
So disturbing. What will be played when we finish this one? Oh, Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods is the game that actually won the Excellence in Narrative Award. It won the award for Excellence in Narrative for 2018. So we're going to play this one after because we want to finish the whole cycle of all 6 of the games, and we're gonna finish that one.
Been thinking how my family Judased me and how they did wrong by my little brother. Worrying there was maybe something else I could have done.
So that's
Here,
the one we're playing next.
Sit with me. I want someone to talk with about all this. Though I love them dearly, my dogs ain't such good talkers. I'm in the mood for something real funny like.
I actually think I might have a funny story. And I think... Did I get the Russian rat game? That one we didn't finish that one. We're like, there may be a good story, but I'm not feeling it. So we didn't finish it. And I don't think I actually have any really funny stories right now. So we're going to Casey Jones, Theatrical Railroader. That might be funny or it might be thrilling. We played all of them.
I'm not sure I quite follow that one.
No, I didn't get it.
Huh, travel. Yeah, you're right, stranger. I got my travels to look forward to.
Oh, do you really?
I'm up to 15 states now.
How are you? Oh, that's nice. How are you doing on it,
Times like this,
Krellin?
It feels kind of hollow, though. After I seen all 48 states, can I put them ghosts behind me? If I keep wandering the rails forever, do you think I could shake them?
No.
I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish the story by telling you the story of, well, not Dupree. I'll tell you of Jimmy. Faith and trust.
You spin a good yarn. I was shivering there
Big
for
eye.
a little bit.
We got it.
You want to talk about trust? I surely did trust him, stranger. A mistake I don't aim to repeat.
This kid.
But what child ain't gonna trust their parents when times get hard and your whole world is a 5-mile stretch of muddy riverbank? Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
I don't know about this kid. Let's talk about maybe bondage, traps, and imprisonment, maybe? I know, now I'm next. I'm gonna tell the story of the lingering voices in Los Angeles. Because we maxed them out so we can kind of up some of our stories right now.
Well, that sure was a downer. Give me a good venture tale instead any day. Being trapped, I've tried my best to make sense of it all. And from what I done seen, the more you have, the more you're tied down.
Yeah.
Responsibility to lash you to the ground so you can't move an inch. Playing a game only other folks are winning. You got any happy stories?
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell any of them to you. I'm going to tell you the stories that I want to tell you. I'm going to tell you the story of the light in the sky from Charleston. Oh.
I usually like the scary stuff, but your story needed more punch, I think. You know, though, I'm sick to death of talking about faith or getting wishes granted. Gotta trust in the Lord, Quinn, they said as my brother lay dying. My folks too damn prideful to send for a doctor they knew they couldn't pay for. Gotta trust in the Lord, they said, but he didn't provide neither.
This kid needs some
I
support.
never wished for anything more than I wished to keep my brother, but wishing never did a damn thing for nobody. You got any stories that are a little sad?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, let's see, freedom, choice, morality. You know, I think I'm gonna ask about choice and morality. And let's tell the story of the man who sought to eradicate every trace of his enemy.
Not not sure I quite follow that one.
Yeah.
Well, talking of choices, I don't rightly know what I could have done different. Run away sooner.
This poor kid.
Maybe if I did, they could have paid for the doctor.
No, don't blame yourself for this kid.
My oh my, stranger. Listen to me blubbering on about my woes. I reckon it's something about you what brings it out of folks.
Probably.
You're searching for something great, something holy, aren't you? But you don't figure you're gonna find it. And you wonder if it can't be found at all, or if it's just you that can't find it. Really eats at you, don't it? I can see it in you.
Thanks.
Anyway, I best be getting on. I think I'll see what's happening up the road. Take care of yourself, stranger.
You too, Quinn. We finished up Quinn. That was a very that was a depressing story. That's fine though. Well written. I don't know who that is over there, but we're gonna walk over there before we call it. It'll be like 9:30 before we end it. But we're gonna end ourselves near another person's story, so that when we start up, we can, just dive right in, because you know how we are. We start right away with the game. That's what we do. Just jump on in there. All right, who is this, by the way? Who is this? This is... Oh, this is our World War I vet. This is our World War I vet. All right, my friend, this is our World War I vet. We've got somebody over there. So we are close to a couple stories. Yeah, we have to... Oh, hey, look, there's somebody over there. I feel like... Oh, that's south. Yeah, look at this. And also, look... We're getting an hour in. Like, we're getting in an hour of gameplay. Like, we totally are. Let me do that. We don't even have... We have more than half the stories, though. But we do need... Oh. What is that doing here? Let's switch that out. I just realized... And then, I just want to make sure that we can... get all of our stories useful. Okay, good. We did it. So. Hey, everybody. It is like, 9:30. We talked for 2 hours, and then we played a game for an hour, which is, I think that's good. But look, we finished two people's stories. What? Hold on. Let's go back over here for a second. So we finished two people's stories. Discord. Yes, come to the Discord. And so look at our progress. If we look at where we're at, also we have a Twitter. You should totally come to our Twitter. So we finished Althea. We're on chapter 2 of August. Chapter 3 of Bertha, so we can finish her. Chapter 2 on Cassidy. We finished Franklin. Chapter 2 on Fedalina. We finished Dupree, who's creepy. We're chapter 3 of Dahaya. We finished Jimmy. Little Ben is 2. Mason is 3, so that's pretty good. Quinn is, so creepy. He's complete. Shaw's complete. Rose is chapter 2. Rocio's chapter 2. And Ray's chapter 3. I think that we can finish up, depending on where all they are. We should be able to finish up a couple people next week. Krellin is always right, though. Here, let's hang out over here. Let me come over here. I want to talk to you all. Hey, everybody. So I'm Trooper SJP. This is the Academic Foxhole, and I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us for our Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Really, we're going to talk about RPG stream. What's next for me? On Saturday, Krillin is often right. Sometimes you're wrong. So Saturday at noon my time, I will be playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think we're gonna try to find out about my mom or something at this point in time. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern time will be the very last episode, the series finale of Night Witches, Toil and Trouble. So that is something that I'm really excited about. Come and see the last episode, if you will. I'm excited for it. I think there should be some good things. And then after that, what's next? Wednesday, I will be playing Super Duper. Yes, Wednesday will be Super Duper over on Off the Table, run by Little Red Dot. And I believe we're going to have the costume reveal. I think we're going to have the costume reveal in there next episode. I hear rumor that it might happen. So that's right, Eastern time. So you don't think you'll make it home before Night Witches? You won't make it home before midnight? Yeah. So rumor has it we might have the costume. So I'm going to be wearing 2 shirts. I'm going to be wearing layers so that I can do my big reveal, take off my shirt, show my costume. I hope we get to the costume. I hear rumor that it may happen. So just note it. So next Wednesday, which will be at 9 o'clock Eastern, will be Super Duper. And that's like the next, week's worth of stuff. That's what we got. I know. I wish. Yeah. I might get too hot, but I'm gonna try to. Yeah. I think it'll be a little bit hot, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. The shirt I'll be wearing underneath the other shirt, I do not think breathes very well. So. Oh. Thank you. I was like, oh, I think I've got some stuff I can wear. But that is me. I'm going to go and work out a little bit, and I'm going to eat some dinner, and then I'm going to go and do a bunch of email because people want some email stuff from me, which is less exciting. But that's what I'm going to do. So thank you for being here. You can catch my Discord and Twitter and YouTube if you like. And thanks for thanks for the gift subscription demo. Thanks for people who've subscribed and people who followed. And I will catch you on the flip side. Thank you, everybody, for being wonderful, and I really appreciate all of your presence, and I appreciate your faces. Take care, everybody. Bye.